complete chewing in through the entire intro, the whole intro, all the time. Yeah, hi everyone.
No crunchy things.
Welcome to Actoroke tonight here on Gen Con TV. It's Wednesday again, and so I am here as your storyteller. My name is Damon Van Hee. I'm going to be running this game of Burning Wheel tonight. We only have 2 players with me this evening, and no Peter. Kind of a smaller.
I feel weird about that.
Smaller situation. I'm not going to know any of the answers to any of the trivia, any of the geographical lore. I just don't have any of this stuff. But also now there's no one to stop me from doing anything that I want. So tonight is going to be pure madness, which will be canon. Anything that happens becomes canon. That's how it works.
We just got permission
I'm gonna do so many weird things.
So many weird things.
Yeah, it's going to be weird, but it's going to be good. Probably. Yeah. That's what I will always promise, that it will probably be maybe a little bit good. But we also have in studio with us tonight, Tanel Lovett is here drawing. Yay. Hello. She's going to be live drawing what we run here. We had a bit of a conversation about some of the things that could probably happen. There's that word again. But I think before we dive into things, I'm going to go around the table and do some introductions. So we'll start with you.
Hello.
Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and then we'll talk about your beliefs as well.
All right. Hello, everybody. I am Bonsai Baby She, Her, and I am playing Fatima Al-Raham, who is also She, Her. She is the council member for Public Safety Cops. I've been running around, last time we let, I've been running around, you know, keeping the peace and forgiving people in my own special way. So my beliefs are, I am confident that my brother was murdered, and I will find his murderers, uncover his conspiracy that took his life, and see all of them held accountable, and this goes deeper. My family's records are gone. I need to figure out where they've gone. Also, I'm the rightful lord of my realm. Anyone who challenges my claim challenges not just my authority, but the memory of my brother. And I will use my connections at court to update the peerage rules. And basically, you question my rule, I will forgive you in my fashion.
Oh no.
Which is stabby stab. My third belief is a person's birth should not determine their course in life. I make it a point in hiring bastards to serve my personal retinue and staff. I will show the world that bastards can do what bastards can do. And right now, we are on a rampage. Not a rampage. We are keeping the Emperor's peace. We are keeping the Emperor's peace.
By rampaging.
No, keeping the Emperor's peace.
Just a minor rampage.
A mini rampage.
My last one is noblesse oblige. I am responsible for the people.
I love those beliefs. They're so good.
Hi everyone. I'm Bryce Bebop. I am he, they. I'm playing Kishar Talib Mushkushu, who is they, them. It was just beliefs after that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just beliefs. So my beliefs are that the Bastards Brigade is the future, and I will do what I can to support them. I'm going to get on the Council of Consuls, and I'm going to have vengeance on those who have wronged me. So right now there's only two people on the list. My number 1 was Service Castus, who I stole. I absconded with a lot of jewelry that he gave me to wear as a captive. So
it was a very strange kidnapping.
That's really on him. So some thieves who broke into my shop while the city wasn't on lockdown. And then Iltani, goddess, half god, demigod, that one. Yeah, those are the people on my list.
Yeah, it's a very well balanced list. Yeah. I think
some random thieves.
You got some random thieves, and you have a demigoddess.
Yeah,
it's very balanced.
One or the other, it's
battle
fine.
and fertility, so it's probably gonna be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah. And then the last one, because I have a special belief, is to help Galena find their match.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to matchmake Galena with either a bestie or a spousey.
That's the official
that's what it would be?
scientific word.
Okay, yeah.
Spousy?
Spousy. Spousy.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
There's an E at the end.
Well, great. I feel like that went super fast because
It's
we only
not.
have.
By the way,
The two
spousy is not a
people.
real word.
Thank you, because I will mistake that.
I know. That's why I was like, I gotta put make sure.
I was like, is that
Yeah.
Nope, no spousy.
All right. Well, since we rocketed through the introductions, I do
could
want
draw
to.
it out.
No, we're
Okay,
good. We're
okay,
good.
okay.
We only had 2 tonight. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
That was the correct pace. We're just done already.
I'm good at
So I
keeping
do.
pace, so.
I do want to do a safety discussion before we dive in, because that is a good thing to do as a responsible storyteller and as a player at any table. So in addition to all of the rules and regulations that allow this to be played on both Twitch and YouTube, we will not be having any sexual violence or violence towards children or withholding food as punishment or starvation. And unless there are any updates, I think that pretty much covers it for the 2 of you.
No maggots.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
that was the last time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just
Okay, for sure.
yeah.
We'll add that to the list of not having them tonight. And as always, if I ever come too close to a topic that you would prefer that I not come close to, or even if it is a surprise to you, you can throw up that X. You can just say, please stop, and we will, shift in another direction, and everything's fine. We'll just keep going.
Great.
All right. So where did we leave you off last time, Kishar? You had been kidnapped
Yes.
and then unkidnapped.
I had been kidnapped, and I found that my dear friend Galena had also been kidnapped. So while we were kidnapped, we
You did some pilfering,
absconding with what is it?
stealing,
Stealing. Is that? I don't know if I would say stealing.
robbery.
Retribution.
Retribution,
Oh,
because they
okay.
were forcibly put on vacation.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what the cops are saying, then I guess then that.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's how that works. We got real dark real fast, everyone. Speaking of riches, so you did steal a bunch of stuff.
I did.
Let's go over that list that you took.
So I had ring mail, which was just
Like bling bling.
like ring mail, like a suit of rings. So it would
Not chain?
not chain, no ring mail,
But isn't it if it's okay, never mind.
because they wouldn't be able to unlock it. So they just had somebody sew on hundreds
Just had like a bunch of dangly,
rings. Yeah,
dangly rings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
and then I think there was also earrings. Yep, I remember earrings definitely, necklaces.
And then you made your way into his study.
Yeah, and then I made my way into his study to get back Galena's book, which I did. And also found 2 magical books, which I lifted off of him. He doesn't need them.
He doesn't. He's not a magician. He can't use them anyways.
Yeah, why does he even have these books? So.
He's kind of a collector. There's a lot of fancy things in there, but
Oh, I could have stole so many. No, I was already carrying a bunch of
stole
books.
so much.
My ring mail was jangling. My bangles were bangling. I couldn't walk out of there with a stack of books. I'm not a librarian.
And then his wife let you out
Yes.
because she is bored in her retirement and does not enjoy her husband's company.
No.
And so she let you out because it's going to irritate him to no end to
true.
discover that you're gone.
I offered her a job position as well as a different guard whose name I don't recall. It's written down somewhere. I will find those notes later. She said no, and she also said that she likes that guard, so he's not allowed to go right now either. Maybe. It might be.
Oh boy,
There's
situation.
just not a lot to do in forced retirement, you know, as a trophy wife. So so she is just undermining her husband whenever she can. I'm sure he finds it irritating, and it, to me, seems very funny. So
Yeah, no.
yeah. But you got some books,
I
didn't
got some
you?
books.
Okay.
Which, then we got out, and some guards were there to escort us and let us ride in the carriage. And
Great.
this captain marks a lot of boxes.
For Galena.
For Galena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got like 2 prospects.
She's got a
in
lot
the
of lists.
military. I'm just saying. There's like a goat guy.
This is who came.
Goat guy.
Yeah.
Goat
Oh, I
guy.
didn't know he was Goat Guy too.
Yeah,
He
he
was
was
Goat
Goat Guy.
Guy?
Oh
Yep.
man, Goat Guy.
Goat guy.
Right?
He showed up with a lot of troops and escorted you both home.
Yeah.
Guy.
So that's working on one belief, if you know what I'm.
Okay, so a couple of days have passed since your valiant escape.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
A couple of days have passed. We'll say it's been 3 days.
Okay.
3 days have passed. And in that amount of time, you have come home and you have found from the riots and everything, your workshop and storefront were pretty messed up. You know, there was a lot of chaos in the streets. There was the whole block that you're on got looted pretty heavily. You know, there's a lot of crafters on that block. For as far as like, do you work out of your home as well, or do you have a separate storefront?
I probably do both. So I have a home that is a villa off on the coast area with Galena next
gated
door,
community.
the gated community, and then I have my workshop. So I do some workshop there.
Yeah.
I think I probably do a little work at home, mostly if something's like magical bothering me. Let me figure it out. So I have a workshop, and then the front is a store.
Yeah. So the workshop certainly got hit pretty hard, you know, but many of the establishments on this street did. You know, shutters are all broken, doors were kicked in, things like that. Stuff was strewn in the streets. It certainly wasn't a specific targeted attack on you. It was just chaos was everywhere in the wake of the emperor's assassination, and so people were taking advantage of the situation and looting. But you have been able to, with only a couple of rings off of
My ring mail.
off of your ring mail, hired some contractors away
Perfect.
from the job that they were already on.
Nice.
Because these are quite a lot of value among them. All of these are real rings. There's just a lot of wealth in that
heavy
house.
coat. If it's
It is.
Yeah.
Well, some of it was different kinds of metal, but like.
But still, the faster you spend it, the lighter it is. It's just money math?
And then you get a cute
Or is
little like.
that just
crop
regular
top.
math?
I could have
There you go.
ring crop top.
Green crop top.
I mean, I would also probably just take them off of the ring mail. That way I could do magical things to them. And since I'm a jeweler, I could,
But like the crop top, though, you could
I mean,
She makes a good point.
crop top.
I could crop top.
Crop tops need to make a comeback.
I don't think they do, but yeah, no.
think.
So whether or not you are currently wearing a crop top,
Yeah.
you've been able to hire a couple of contractors. They've brought in some crews. They're doing some renovations in your space. Help reshoring some of the walls that were damaged. You know, in this block there are a lot of vendors that deal in the same types of wares that you do, magic things, alchemical things, stuff like that.
Okay.
And so sometimes when establishments like that get looted, there are explosions or things melt and whatnot. Your place didn't suffer any damage like that.
Oh, cool.
Nothing catastrophic. It's more cosmetic than structural.
Okay.
But you're still paying very well, and you're able to just like buy these people away from. I feel like the contractors right now in the city are doing very well for themselves.
Probably real busy.
But you're able to pay that premium to get them to come to your shop. So they have been, there's a day for them moving things in and a day for kind of starting to set up, and they're making progress. They have a good crew, they're doing good work.
Nice.
But you are in your workshop. I feel like most of the damage was probably towards, like the structural damage was the storefront up in front of your workshop.
Probably.
Yeah.
There's a safe. I can't remember where the safe was, but I had also warded it, and so it did explode a little bit. But like I think it was more cosmetic, like you said.
Yeah,
Flash fire as opposed to.
There's some scorch marks and things like that around in the ground. But my question to you though is are you letting them fix your workshop, or is that like a private area for you?
If there are things I can't do, like if there's like bricks that need to be replacing, that's beneath me. I'm not going to do that.
Uh-huh.
But I will need to inlay whatever sigildry or markings into
Do you
the
want
workshop.
do you want to hire the type of construction crew that can do those things? You can hire a magical crew. I mean, they're more expensive, but you have a lot.
How many rings would that take?
I think it's going to take you, I'm going to roll 2d6. And we're going to find out how many rings it
Okay,
will cost.
because like that depends. Like if it's a lot of rings,
Well, you got a lot. Well, we'll see.
just I don't know.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a lot of
9
rings.
rings.
9 rings.
No, I'd probably just like
okay.
yeah, I'll do this work. This work is
Okay, so for the record, until that work is done, your shop will not have the wards on them.
Okay.
Just so you know, should anything come up,
Okay.
I don't know what could possibly happen.
How
that
long
would
do I think
require wards to be up.
How long do I
But-
think it'll take me to do this?
That's a
work?
great question. What's your skill in sigildry? Sigildry? Sigils.
So I have
Making scratch marks. Whittling.
I have etching. I also have symbology.
I think it's probably etching.
Okay, so then
Let me see.
etching or carving. I also have.
Yeah.
Like
So
etching
many
would
skills,
be
I-
writing, though, specifically, versus carving would be like figures.
Well, and that's why I guess it would depend on like what I have to do. Like if I have to inlay a giant
Be more etching.
circle, I would say that would be carving because I have to carve out the bricks and then inlay them. Whereas I would say carving, big stuff, etching, small
All right.
stuff.
Well, here's the answer. You're both right.
Yay!
Etching is carving sigils into metal or wax, and then engraving is stone.
Oh.
Oh, so I don't even have engraving. I have carving and
So
etching.
you can't even do your own work. You got
Well, you could etch them in metal if you
Okay.
wanted. You could do sheets of metal into. You could
that's
do like placards or something like that.
hammer.
But then you would need to get the raw materials and then either craft those yourself. I don't think you could just like get. You would have to do something to the metal first, I assume, just to add extra layers instead of just like getting raw rectangles or whatever and gluing them down.
You probably have to do like the Lord of the Rings intro scene where you just like
Yeah,
pour the metal.
pour lava into something.
Yes.
That's what I was
That's
thinking.
how magic happens.
Yeah.
I also have enchanting, so like if enchanting,
Fork it.
like I'm assuming I'm going to
Yeah.
be able to fork without one of those.
Let me double check carving just to make sure, but I think everyone is going to be right here. And yet somehow simultaneously wrong. Let's see.
This is a good chat. Please tell us.
Yeah.
What's
Chad,
the
if you
difference?
know-
Yeah. you
it's,
know.
it's shaping and engraving wood.
Oh,
carving is just wood?
Carving is just wood.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So engraving then is stone, and
Okay.
etching is metal and wax.
Okay.
So stone carver or stone masons only engrave while woodworkers carve.
Yeah.
It does mean though, if you're doing something fast and you needed to etch like wax candles,
Oh.
you could do that. So I feel like if you would have an argument to be made for doing like a faster ritual or ward, if you're just like, I'm going out, and you do like a really quick candle and like leave it on the doorstep. It's not gonna be very strong because it's wax and it'll burn down, but compared to like metal or stone, which would obviously last much longer.
Okay. What if I were to, instead of steel plates or metal plates, I get some wood rings, do some carving around the outside to make some magic sigilry or whatever, and then I make wax seals that just are implanted in those wooden rings, and the wood stays strong. When the ward's busted, the wax bursts.
So the wax is the only thing you have to replace
Yeah.
if anything happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. We can work on that.
Okay.
That's a type of thing that gets developed over time.
Yeah.
But we can definitely start down that.
Yeah, I think that sounds
path for those
really
things.
cool.
Yeah. All right. So you are in your workshop in the back section. You've got some scorch marks on the walls where your safe was. The safe is still there, but it is wrecked.
Yeah.
And whatever was in it is either wrecked or gone.
Yeah.
The bodies got cleaned up.
Good.
So that's good, I guess. I mean, depending.
I mean, I think I got what I could from the bodies.
Yeah.
So like I have as much of a lead,
Mhm.
a little bit of hair, a little bit of blood.
Yeah. Okay. You've got a safe that needs replacing.
Yep.
Some shelves that need redoing. Some of the books and stuff that were on
Okay.
the shelves got consumed in the conflagration as well. But you do have a couple of new books with you.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you wanted to check
I
those
do
out.
want to read these books because I'm super confused about what this random cartographer has magic books of.
Yeah. I'm sure he was too. I think you can tell just by looking at them that they are both warded.
Ooh.
So we're going to have to get through these wards before you think that they're going to be openable
Okay. Yeah.
for you to check anything out. You
Yeah.
can tell, so I'll describe the two books
Okay.
because they are very different.
Okay.
The first book is a pretty thick tome, several hundred pages thick. It is very heavy, very dense, very square. And you can tell that there is a bunch of text on the cover and on the spine, but you cannot read it.
Okay.
It is definitely swirled and jumbled as part of the ward
Okay.
that's on there. So when you look at it, your brain just can't focus
Function.
on
Gotcha,
what's
gotcha.
going on. The other one is much smaller. It's a little leather-bound situation. And it's got kind of the same thing on the cover where it's a little hard to look at what's going on. But you think that that there's perhaps beneath the wards, you can see some smudging or something, maybe some scratches on
Okay.
the cover of this like leather journal, the smaller leather journal one.
Okay.
They both are you're feeling the same sort of rank
Okay.
from them as far as that is all concerned, as far as like the magical
Okay.
properties of the ward that's on there. So yeah, so you've got those two books. The larger tome definitely seems fancier, and it's got a lot of pages in it.
It's thicker.
Yeah.
What were the you said there were some scratches on the leather one?
Yeah, it's hard to really see. Like it looks like it's very well worn in particular areas on the cover.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Next question is, what kind of leather is it?
What kind of leather is this?
Do you have an appropriate skill for that?
I have alchemy, which
Well, I mean, I think I would probably let you. You would have to do. Here's the thing. I would let you use alchemy, but you would have to do alchemy
Yeah.
to the book.
Oh.
yeah, no, I don't care that much.
Well, there's also the ward in the way,
Yeah,
which
Yeah.
might be
might be an issue if I
problematic to
drip
mix
some acid
alchemicals.
on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But who knows? Let's find out.
Let's see. So,
So as far as these wards are concerned, we're going to be doing sorcery checks
okay.
and like a regular skill check, I'm going to give you an ob. You can fork in whatever you think is appropriate. You know, we can go through all of that stuff. And if you are able to roll above that ob, you will be able to get in.
Okay.
What's your sorcery rank?
6.
6. Okay.
I would also, maybe we'll just fork this in aura reading. Makes it a really high ob, but I can read a school of magic. I can decipher a facet of a spell or an enchantment.
Interesting. Okay. Let me check out that aura reading. What page are you on?
258.
And then how many can we fork? Like one more?
Up to 3.
Up to 3. So you got 1. So you get 2 more. 2 more.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, you can definitely roll your aura reading.
Looks
If
like
you
it's really
want.
high.
Yeah, it is high.
That makes it harder. Do it.
I mean, I would try to do that first. Like, it's the
Yeah.
first thing. Like, I found the magical cool. Now I can do a careful study of it
Yeah.
to see what kind of ward it is.
Well, I think it's going to be. So which book are? So they are very different books. So which book are you starting with?
Big book.
The big book first.
Yeah.
Okay. The big book of spells.
Big
Book of
book.
spells. Got the
Okay, so I think honestly, like, I'm looking at the second half of the aura reading there. And an ob2 is all for deciphering a facet of a spell or an enchantment. So really just like an ob2 might help you kind of identify like what would happen if the ward were to go off or, you know, anything like that. You would get that and I might tell you a little bit about it. What I will allow you to do though is we can kind of treat this open-ended and the more successes, that's where your baseline will be an ob2.
Okay.
And then the more successes you get on top of that, I can reveal more information.
Okay. Ooh. So, yeah, let's do that.
Okay, it is going to be your will, I guess.
Will, not...
oh, no, you have it as... Sorry.
yeah, I have aura reading.
Yep. Great.
So then aura reading. And then do you happen to know what the dice, like how many dice makes it routine? How many dice makes it hard?
Let's see.
Because like I definitely think I want a fork in sorcery.
But you're trying to level up the skill while you're doing this?
I think I'm going to fork in sorcery, and I will, as stated, always. Fork
So let's
in
see.
astrology.
So for an ob3, if you're doing, for an ob2, you have 4 dice to begin with.
Yep.
So it's, wait, I think I'm reading this chart the other way. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
All of the charts in Burning Wheel are confusing charts for me.
Same.
And I've been trying to read it, and I think I've been reading it backwards the entire time.
So it's a hard roll? Because it says hard. Ob2.
Oh, yeah, it would be hard. See, I'm reading it sideways. You were reading it correct. Yes. So an ob2 at a 4 exponent is an easy.
Easy, yeah.
Is an easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Okay,
So for this, it just won't advance it.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will just.
But you are gonna, so you can't just add more dice because you're not gonna. You'll get credit for whatever the lowest test is.
Okay.
A routine test.
Routine.
That's the name.
Okay.
Well, if
See,
you
this is
just
what happens
increase
when
it
Peter
by
isn't
1
here.
ob, it would be hard.
I can't decipher
though.
anything without him behind me.
Right.
But since this is open-ended,
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm just saying if you wanted to level it up. You could.
all right, sorcery, astrology, and I mean,
I think the warrior is still in the sky tonight.
okay.
So that will be the flavor of a mess up if it happens.
I'm okay with that. What is this book bound in?
It looks like a standard leather bound
Okay. Is it locked?
book. It is not locked.
Okay, so then etching.
It is. I mean, it is
will
magically locked, but it is not. There's not a lock on it. Yeah.
You know what? Let's just shoot with these.
Great. We'll have you roll in there.
Unless I could think of symbology. Wait. I
No,
literally
because you
have
literally
research.
can't. Oh, research is great.
Yeah,
Research.
I was like,
You
wait a
did
minute.
research. Yeah,
Research
that's
is
way
good.
That's a
better.
thing. Okay, so the pink one is the astrology die. Were something bad to happen?
Do you have any extra fate or persona that you want to add to this, or are you just?
No, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let it roll.
All right.
Since
This is just an exploratory thing. Yeah.
Once I have to actually crack the ward, then I'm gonna spend some things.
Ooh, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, because it's 4 up, right?
4 and up. Yeah.
4 and up.
So that's
I can't
6.
see the last 2.
6.
Yeah. In the dice tray, I can't see them either.
Hold on. I have the ability.
Yeah, let's do
Oh yeah,
this.
there we go.
This.
Okay.
Done,
Okay.
and done, and then Johnny could do camera
Yeah.
stuff.
So that's 6.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny. So that's 6 out of 7 dice. That's great.
Yeah.
If it weren't an ob2, you'd be getting, if it was like an ob a bunch, then you
but
very
it's
good though. What I will tell you though is that you're gonna have an ob4 to open this.
Okay.
To get past the ward. I will also tell you that if you fail, it does not necessarily go wrong for you. If you were to get nothing, I think, on your roll, it would go poorly in a way that is similar to your save.
Okay.
But a failure does not have any detrimental effect to you or to the book.
Okay.
It just wouldn't work. You just wouldn't be able to.
I wouldn't be able to open it.
You just wouldn't be able to open it.
I guess
But I can also tell you from that roll that once you beat the ward, it's just open.
Bless you.
The ward is just done, and you can get into it just fine.
Okay.
It won't reappear if you close it or anything like that. It's just it's like a one-time kind of lock, and once you get it open, it's open.
My big question is, what kind of flavor does this ward have? As in, am I going to get fireballed?
Oh yeah, it's evocation.
Okay, so it's going to conjure something or evoke something at me.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I want to.
Gonna give it a go?
Yeah.
All right.
Do I have any like heavy duty gloves from?
Sure.
Cool.
Actually, you've got. Well, you do a lot of fine detail. I mean, you tell me if you have them. You do a lot of fine detail work. I don't know that.
I do a lot of fine detail, but I do a lot of metal handling.
Okay.
And I think that might be.
You can put on some hot gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. We'll see if it goes poorly. They might help your hands be safe.
That's what I'm hoping. Okay. Yeah. Let's.
So yeah, you're going to need an Ob 4 to open this ward.
Okay. And so that is a sorcery roll?
It is going to be a sorcery roll, yes.
Oh, Ob 4 is hard.
Sorcery. Can I fork in aura reading to like see how the magic is going to bend? Like picking a magic lock and I'm like, oh, okay, I see it.
No, I think because you just used that to...
Fair enough.
To gain information. Yeah.
I'm going to fork astrology.
I was going to ask if you were going to do that.
Always.
Yep.
Ooh.
I would still give you research on this.
Okay.
This is still book stuff.
Then the other thing I was going to ask would be illuminations.
What is that?
Illuminations are like at the very first page of books or old texts where they have the huge like, this is an illumination.
Oh.
Ooh, fancy.
That's a skill?
Yeah.
Wild. This book's got everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no,
Fair
only
enough.
because those are on the insides of books.
Yes.
And you are on
they
the outside of the book.
Yeah. Calligraphy to see.
No, yeah, it's
Can I
Valiant
find,
efforts. You're doing real good.
Can I seduce the book?
That depends on what your plans are after it's open.
I'm going to rub its spine slowly.
Cool. No.
Still no?
Yeah,
Okay.
still no.
Welcome to
Okay.
book
Yeah.
talk.
Hot book talk.
So many languages.
Yeah.
Would any language help me in reading this?
It's all jumbled.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough
think that's
tries.
what you got.
Yeah, that's enough
Add
tries.
some bait. Add some
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what are you at now for dice?
I'm at 6, 7, 8.
8 dice on an Ob 4. It's gonna be
Easy?
an easy. Yep.
I'm fine with that.
Yep. All right.
I want to get into
Great.
this book.
Here we go.
All right.
I believe in you.
I am going to add one persona, which I think it's added separately
Yeah,
because
it's
it doesn't
not.
count.
It doesn't count.
Thank you. And then I
you
might.
chaos dice. Why are you taking the DM's dice?
I don't know. I had my own persona die, but he tossed it. I'm like, I'm not going to not take it.
All right, let's see what happens.
Oh,
All right.
that's a 6.
So 6.
2 sixes.
6.
3 sixes.
6.
Okay.
I'm going to spend one fate
This
die.
might be a good time to spend a fate
Yeah.
die and explode those
So I
sixes.
spend it a persona.
Here are 3 additional die.
Thank you.
More curse. That's a lot of 2s and 1s.
I
It's a
know,
lot.
right?
Those were all your dice that did that. I guess also.
And
And yours.
Thankfully, this was not a 2 or a 1.
Yeah.
Because that would not be great. It
would not be great.
Like, all right, this is Ob 4, so I just need one more success.
Correct.
Come on, dice.
All right, you got it. So you sit there for a while, like paying some attention to the book, and it there's kind of not an audible pop, but like within the magic, there's a pop that happens, and the bubble around it just sort of peels away. Like those slow motion videos of somebody popping a water balloon, and you can like watch the rubber peel away from the balloon.
Yeah.
It does that,
That's
but
so
the book is the
cool.
water in this case.
Does it like the water slowly expand? Does the book get bigger?
No.
Oh.
No. That was the end of my analogy.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. It was a good analogy. I like it.
So now you have a book in front of you that is unworded, and you can also see the title.
Don't forget to fill in your bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I just
that
realized
is
that's
a
a
routine for that one.
Is there so no matter what, you'll get a routine?
I think so. Tonight, at least.
Okay.
I might be wrong on that. So, write down your routines while you can.
Do it now before
right.
anybody says we can't.
Okay, so
Peter's watching this. He's furiously typing.
so you can see the book now in all of its entirety, and the book is gaudy.
Ooh.
It is gilded and it's got those little brass corner protectors that are on it, and
really
it's just
cool,
all this
though.
etching that is on it and everything like that.
But you said gaudy, but those are great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
That's so
that.
good.
Such good.
That's so good. Yeah, I'm sad I couldn't find those.
I
this
feel
morning,
like you could judge me and I wouldn't feel bad about it.
Good, because I have instructor. So you're gonna learn.
Okay, and so it's very gold.
Okay.
And very there's cursive writing on the cover. It is all inlaid and gilded and stuff.
Calligraph.
And it's an incredibly long title. Everyone bear with me.
Yes.
Oh.
Starfall Gems and Their Proper Harvest, a treatise by the rightfully revered and respected wizard Danica VI. And then down at the bottom, in parentheses, in very small blocky letters, it says, as penned by his first eminent apprentice, Donnoc. And I wrote it down for you already.
okay.
So I don't
It's
need
too
to
long.
write this down.
Yeah.
Is Danica someone I would know? Or at least know of?
Not off the top of your head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, research
Unless you
him
have
later.
wizard-wise. It would need to be something like that.
I do have an affiliation or what was it? A reputation, because I was the head of enchanting at the local wizard college.
Yeah, I don't. This is
Okay.
not a current wizard.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
History?
It's going to be a higher ob for history, but yes.
I'll give that a shot.
It's going to be an ob 4 for just
Okay.
history.
Woof.
Ooh.
You know what? That's fair. Could I sorcery?
Not sorcery.
Okay.
But I think you could fork research.
Oh,
Okay.
research.
I would give you research. And then
Four.
Astrology?
obviously
Instructor?
no.
Okay. I usually give myself 3 chances to try to make one make sense.
This one's going to be hard to get for sure.
Oh, no, it says, if it's ob 4 with 6 die, it'd be easy, just on the cusp of hard.
Well, this
Oh
is
no,
still
I
gonna
mean
be,
just conceptually.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
conceptually
sorry.
it's going to be hard.
It's going
my
Sorry.
thought is.
to be an ob 6 with 4 die.
Ob 6.
Yeah, it's an ob
Yeah,
6.
yeah.
Ooh, that's really hard.
Yeah, that's
Too hard.
in the hard zone.
I would try one of the languages. I have ancient and foreign.
Okay. In this case, neither of those.
Okay.
I don't think really applies.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and see. Yeah.
Do it.
All right. I have
It could still happen.
6 die to get
I believe in you.
6.
Let's do it.
I believe in
All
you.
right. History. Help me out. Also, warrior, don't hurt me.
No. Ooh,
All right. Well, that's 4.
that's 4.
It was close.
It's
It was
real
very
close.
closer than I thought.
but you did not get any 6s,
Nope.
so you can't explode any of those.
That's fine.
So, unfortunately,
I'll have
yeah.
to do some
so you don't
research
get
later
that.
on her.
Oh, but do you still get to mark when you miss it?
Yep.
You do, right?
Yeah. Unless, no, you do. You do. It's when you make a roll.
Yes.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
So, but does that mean you get to mark we'll figure it out later.
Yep.
mark it.
Put in parentheses there that's maybe you made a
Okay.
too hard roll, and I don't know
a
if that.
difficult
Yeah, it was
roll.
a super
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah, a
Wait,
difficult.
it was difficult or challenging?
It's the too hard. It was too
Ob
hard.
6.
What page are you on? We're even looking at different charts.
We're in different charts.
41.
You got a different chart than we are.
This is wild.
Wait, where were you guys at?
We were in different.
19.
19. Yeah, we got a little pie chart thingy.
I think it's the same chart.
Is it?
Just in 2 different.
Just
Wait,
sideways.
19?
No, 19's not.
Sorry,
the right
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one's color coordinated-ish.
Well, yeah.
So
easy, hard, and too hard.
Yeah, so this was a 6 ob. Anyways, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I got a print.
Yeah. So, put it in parentheses,
Yep,
and I would love to
parentheses.
give it to you. I just want to make sure that it is correct to
Wait,
do
but
so.
you said difficult.
Yeah.
Right?
Difficult.
Yeah.
Not challenging. Was it too hard?
Whatever the top one
It was
is.
too hard.
Oh, okay. Too hard? Nice.
You're Goldilocks right
challenging.
now. Goldilocks and your Pop Bear. Too
Okay.
hard.
Okay.
Nice. That's great. Those are hard.
So
Yeah.
yes, so you have that book, and as you thumb through it, it is an exhaustive tome on exactly what it says it is. So you would know what Starfall gems are.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, especially as a jeweler.
Yeah.
Starfall gems are a thing, not necessarily from myth, obviously, because they exist, but there's a lot of myth around them because they are what happens when an Anumian gets cut.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
And so when an Anumian bleeds, the stars fall. And
Oh.
that's where Starfall gems come from.
Wow.
Woof. Okay.
And as you're thumbing through this book, it is a process of how to harvest them because they are within stone when they arrive. Stones
Okay.
or metals or things like that. And then at the core are these gems.
But not where to find them.
Nope. It is all about how to process them as a magical situation. You can use it for a bunch of different things. Some people just sell them. Like you've never seen one in all of your time. You know, even as an enchanter and a jeweler and everything like that, you've come across a couple of fakes. People are like, no, it's a star gem. It's not. They are supposed to be gems of great power and gems that could have a lot of potential within them magically.
Okay.
So, but it gives no ideas for how to find them or who has them or anything like that. It is just a lot of science.
Ooh,
A lot of science, how to process things,
probably how to identify one. if you
how to
have one.
identify one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. This would definitely give you bonuses to identifying forgeries, things like that.
So that super special rainbow gem I have, does that match anything like what it's saying?
That's a great question. That's something that Peter gave you, and so I don't actually know the answer to that.
Oh.
Can I write yes with an asterisk?
Yes.
Yes, with an
Absolutely.
asterisk.
Absolutely. I think that sounds cool. Yeah, but I don't know if Peter had plans for those gems or not. So we'll have to circle back to
Asterisk.
Maybe.
that. Yeah. But you do now have this book. It is,
Tight.
even for you, pretty drab
Yeah, this is-
and boring. For the embellishments on the cover, and there's a lot of footnotes that Danica Talis made.
Okay.
That
Donic or Danik?
the first wizard, Danica Talis. It's one word. Danica Talis the Sixth.
Not a dragon, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Sounds very
There's
Right.
a lot of like self-aggrandizing in the footnotes of his own book. So it's clear that there's two different handwritings that are happening. One is likely his apprentice that did most of the writing, and then he has gone back through and effectively edited and red penned it. So he's a peach.
Rightfully revered and respected.
Rightfully
Peach.
so. Yeah. So that's that first book. That is all that you get from that. The ward is open. It is not magical anymore. The thing that was magic about it was the ward keeping it closed.
Why would he have a book about gems?
I don't think he knew what it was. I think it's very
He couldn't have
fancy.
opened it for sure.
Oh, it probably was just like, I've spent a lot of money. This is my bragging rights. This is on my shelf.
It's gilded. Okay, well, I would then open up the next, try the ward. I don't know how long these are taking, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do an aura sight for the next book too, or you want to just go for it and see what happens?
So, rolling dice is fun.
Yeah.
I believe this game incentivizes you making as many tests as possible. So
It do.
yeah, let's do an
Do
aura
it.
reading.
All right. Let's do
Do
it.
it.
Yeah. So this
Feel
one is
those
going
bubbles.
to be the same as before.
Okay.
Actually, no. Your ob for this is a little lower.
Nice.
So your ob for this one is going to be an ob 3 to aura read.
Wasn't it ob 2 before?
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
An ob 2, and then we did the it's a lot.
I just want to make sure a little
Yes.
lower, like ob
Yes.
1, all right.
Yes, an ob 2 for this one.
Yeah.
And
Didn't you
then
say op 3 though? No, ob 1. No, wait.
ob 2 for
Okay.
this.
two.
Yeah,
and then open-ended. The more you roll,
Okay.
we'll do it that way.
So then I would try to do
Research.
research, astrology, and then
And then sorcery. Oh, no,
Yeah.
you're rolling sorcery.
Yeah, I'm rolling sorcery next time.
Oh, no, but you can fork sorcery this time.
Okay,
Yeah,
boom,
That's what you
sorcery.
did. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's get. I was gonna say physical.
Physical.
But I'm like
Magical?
Let's get magical.
you need to. Well,
Oh,
yeah.
boy. All right.
Oh.
So that's only
two.
But it's open ended.
Oh, but you got it. Yes.
Yeah, I got 2.
got
and it's
your up 2.
open ended. So maybe do I get more information or is it?
If you wanted to continue rolling dice,
I'm just gonna roll one more.
you
right?
you'd have to spend a
You have
fate
to-
to just
Oh, I thought
re-roll
that's what
that
you
with
said.
that.
No, you have to spend
That's open ended
one.
in 2 different ways.
Sorry, yes.
No,
I
you're
meant
good.
I meant open-ended in if you roll more dice naturally, I will
Gotcha.
open up the end of my information to you.
Solid.
Yeah. So
All right, I got the 2.
so you got your 2. You got your 2. So what I will tell you is that this is going to be an ob 3
Okay. Thank you.
of a ward to get through. I will also let you know that this has layers to it.
It's an onion.
One will like the second layer make me cry.
And then is that all you got from? I think that's all you got from an ob 2. You didn't also get the school from it.
No.
Probably not.
Probably. Yeah, because this was just basic.
Yeah, this is just basic
this is just
stuff.
basic. But you do know that you need an ob 3
Okay.
to open the book.
And I know that it's sorcery.
Yep.
I'll be forking in
Research?
astrology.
Oh, astrology.
Don't you have more dice in sorcery?
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
There you go.
Astrology, research.
Research. I think that's all you got last time.
That was all I got last time. Can I get, I don't know, a perception bonus because I just opened up a previous ward that was a little harder?
Different book, different ward.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Well, then I will on
Good
this
effort,
one try Dragonwise.
No.
Okay. Well,
Nice try.
yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't that have been interesting? What a good guess.
Oh man,
It's not.
Dragon Skin book.
Dragon skin.
So I don't remember. So maybe you do. That
Probably
there's a way. I know
But we'll find it together.
to do things like carefully or.
Oh, I think it probably
preparedly.
just increases your ob.
It does.
Yeah.
And that's
So I think if
Wait,
you
increase my ob.
Decrease? What did it D?
if you were like, oh wait,
Because you're going cautiously.
yes,
Yeah.
the other direction.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it adds dice. It doesn't change your ob.
Okay. And then
Yes.
because there was 2 more. Wait. Anyway, we'll have to look at it.
But if
We'll-
you're trying to open it carefully,
Yeah.
I will give you an extra die.
Okay. And this is ob 3.
Ob 3.
Boom. Okay. So I know that it's got onions. Do I know that if this will unlock all of them, or if this will just?
You're pretty certain that this will unlock the first
Oh.
part.
Whew. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. This onion's gonna get spicy.
Got layers. Oh, there's
Okay.
at least 3.
Okay.
So 5.
Yep, you
5.
did it. So the same type of feeling happens. There's this little sort of magical pop while you're holding the book, and you watch as the ward peels off of the book. And you can see the cover now. The cover says something, but it is sure clawed to ribbons.
Oh.
Oh, cursed book, cursed book, cursed book.
Can I use calligraphy to try to like?
It is too far damaged.
Okay.
Yeah, it is
You have
too badly
leather working?
damaged.
Man, I'm really wishing I had leather working now. I don't.
But you can open the book at this point.
Oh. Wait, but I thought layers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The first ward gets you to the cover and to open the book. And then
Okay.
there's more stuff within the book.
Okay. Well then, yeah. Let's
Yeah.
crack this book.
Okay. So you open the book, and it is there are some formulas that are written down in here. They look like alchemical types of things.
Okay.
That are kind of written in the margins. There's like how much things weigh and different names of things, and there's a couple of those little those like sketch drawings where they have like a
Oh, nice.
they have a proper name. I'm sure somebody in chat knows what it is. Where you like have drawn the different biological portions of a plant, and like here's what it looks like at the different life cycles.
Anatomical.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's like somebody's field journal.
Yeah, it
sick.
looks sort of like that. And there is also, within it, there is a spell that it will take you a little bit to learn it, like properly, because that's how Burning Wheel works. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the spell is.
Yeah.
The spell is called Witch Key, which is on page
Witch Key?
223.
Does Witch Key, I haven't read it yet, does it find Starfall gems?
No,
Okay, cool.
Oh, would be
these
nice.
appear to be unrelated books, at least aesthetically.
Fair enough.
But with the Witch Key spell says the Witch Key opens any mundane lock for the caster.
Oh, which I was thinking alcohol for some reason. Witch key, like whiskey.
Oh!
I don't know, my mind.
I'd rather have summon whiskey.
Yeah, well, and this is witch. This is witch, like WITCH.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I was like, oh,
Which
magical alcohol.
it could have been the other one because you're like, oh, what opens it? Which key? Like, yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
this would be a spell that you could learn, and then you would just have it.
Okay.
And you could just do it whenever you wanted, because that's how Burning Wheel do. Yeah, obviously, there's rules and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so that is a spell that is in here, and if you take some time, you can commit it to memory and learn it as one of yours.
I will do that after I get through
For
the rest of
sure.
this book.
You can tell that there's, as you flip through the pages that have that spell on it, the pages start getting heavy.
Ooh.
And they're beginning to get harder to turn, and you're like slowing down, and eventually you know if you try and turn it again, something's going to tear.
Okay.
And that's maybe not good. And it feels like you've hit another ward.
Okay. Can I write the witch key down so I could like study this later in case the book
In
gets
case it blows up.
in case it blows
Absolutely.
up.
Yeah. You spend a couple of minutes, you take some notes and
Yeah.
things like that, and then we can, we
Things
can go
that are
back.
pertinent,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
really cool, like where to find Starfall gems.
If
or,
the book does explode, it would take you longer to learn it than if you were learning it from this book. But
Fair
you
enough.
now feel like you have enough notes that you could piece it together yourself. If this blows up,
Gotcha. Who wrote this book? What's this book called?
Scribble,
Oh, it's
scribble.
scribbled out. Is there no like index page?
Nope.
Man, what
it's just
kind
a
of
handwritten kind of journal.
You need to learn
Weird.
restore.
That's a spell?
I don't know.
Oh, fair enough.
Probably.
Probably.
That's the next page.
That's the next page.
So, and you would describe the next word that is in there as being slightly stronger than the first, as if your ob is one higher.
As
What?
if the ob was one
What?
higher.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I am going to do that. I'm going to sorcery, forking in
Research,
research.
Astrology.
astrology. No, wait,
I'm
you should
think-
do calligraphy now. You could do calligraphy now because the book is open.
I don't think there's anything about the text inherently that will aid you opening the word.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
there was
nothing in
also
the
nothing,
pictures.
for what it's worth, there was nothing in the pictures or in the text that was indicating that another word was coming.
Okay. Interesting.
You're just like in the middle of a section. and
Okay.
you just
What
can't-
language is this all written in?
Regular type.
Okay.
Common.
I mean, technically the written language is Dwarven in
Okay.
Chaldea.
Oh, yeah.
But it's Cordovan is what it's
Yeah.
what it's
Cordovan.
written in. Yeah, but it's the Dwarven script.
Okay.
But that's common for, lack of a better
Yeah.
term. in
Yeah.
this.
Okay. So then we got sorcery, debating astrology.
I don't know.
I'll give you, research into.
You already got research.
Yeah, got research.
Oh yeah, okay. And you're rolling sorcery, which is your 6 there.
Yep.
Yep.
Could I get? Can I fork philosophy? Knowing how they write in their field journal may give me an idea of what kind of words they would have put on.
Assuming they put on the wards.
Yep, that would be my assumption.
It would be wrong.
It would be wrong. All right. Well, then, astrology.
Okay.
And I'm going to So I found the page.
Okay.
Carefully makes it time and a half
Oh, I see.
for the test.
It
but
doesn't
gives,
change.
It gives you one more die.
It does give you one more time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had that part correct. So yes, we can do some extra time. This is going well into the evening
Yeah, that's
with
fine.
these things, but that's
this
fine.
is so worth it.
Yeah, but I'll give you a die for that for sure.
Do it.
And then patiently is another thing that you could do. Extra successes to the quality of the finished product. So I guess, this is...
That's more for like a
doesn't really
crafting
work.
Crafting
angle.
thing.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
really apply for this.
That doesn't really work. And then I'm not doing quickly because that seems...
Yeah, but I'll give you the carefully. So
Excellent.
there's that.
Excellent. Okay, book with sweet pictures of, in my head, a lot of mushrooms. I think it's because you said alchemy, so I'm just imagining like toadstools.
It's more herbs than
Ooh.
anything else. Yeah, herbs and
Plant journals.
poultices.
Oh, but the person who wrote it is not the person who put the word on, because then I'll like,
Well,
alchemy!
I mean, whoever scratched the book probably didn't like the person.
Rude. They disagree with the use of rosemary. It's a very controversial
Very
herb.
controversial.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa, that's a lot of sixes. I guess
is.
2 is a lot,
Two.
but 2.
Well, you still
3,
got-
4, that's you got your
Yeah.
5. Okay, so
Got
that's
5.
enough. And so you spend a few hours at this point working on this book, and you're finally able to wiggle that ward loose, and you feel again there's that same sort of removing that happens, and you're able to continue turning the pages.
Do I know now that the word is gone, like what it would have done, or is it just like, well, soap bubble popped, moving on with my life?
Soap bubble popped. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You didn't check beforehand like anything about
Oh, you're
what
right.
it would have
Yeah,
done.
I should have done that.
So the journal continues as it was. There's nothing to indicate that anything is more special about this chunk of the book. You do get to a different spell that is written in there, though.
Ooh.
It is woven. It is written in just like randomly at one point. And this is the Weather Worker spell.
Okay, I'll add that to my crib notes just in case something
Yeah.
happens to this book.
It's this one. If you want to take down notes for it, is also taking some more time. It's
Okay.
just a more involved
Gotcha.
spell. And this spell, you can read it at your leisure. It's on page 222.
Okay.
But basically, what it does is it allows you to enhance or decrease weather that is already going on. Sometimes to, as it says in here, an act tantamount to suicide. So you can
Whoa.
ratchet it up really high
Hurricane?
in a
Hurricane.
very dangerous way.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
I will take notes on this. just
basically
in
there's a
case.
weather chart in here that goes from like 0 to 9, and you can move the current weather up or down 3.
Oh,
Is the
wow.
spread.
That's
So,
a big number.
yeah, and so that is what you find in the next portion of the book, and then you feel something kick between some pages, further back.
Cursed book.
Like there's a little bump that happens.
Oh, another
Like maybe there's a
layer.
bug in the pages or something.
Cursed book. I'm sorry, no, it's not cursed.
Aura reading?
Yeah.
I want to see like,
Yeah.
this is a new thing here.
Ooh,
Look at that book. That's so
you're
good.
all scratchy.
so gonna get possessed. That is the book from the basement that you shouldn't have read from.
There's like a little face on there somewhere.
This
Maybe on this
the
bug.
Necronomicon.
Yeah.
No, wait, how do you?
I said the words right. It's fine.
Yeah, it's close.
Mostly set up. Mostly set up. Yeah. So there's a.
I don't want to abuse and say, can I get another aura reading roll on it?
You can roll again if you want.
Okay, then I will.
This is a different thing. You haven't aura read. No, you aura read the ward, not the book.
yeah.
But not the book.
Yeah.
Not the onion layer.
Yeah, I got it. This is a new layer of onion.
So
So I would do aura reading.
okay.
I would try to fork in sorcery.
Yep. I'll allow it.
I would fork in
Astrology.
astrology.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I will also give you research.
Very nice. There you go.
Done. That's my 3.
Okay. Yeah. And so this one, in this case, it is going to be the ob is going to be higher for this.
Okay. I will probably be using a persona point.
Okay. So
Because scared.
and keep in mind, this is the aura read, not the
You're
not
right.
the ward.
You're
pop.
right. Yeah, I won't
So
fork
like
in that. Yeah.
maybe save
Hold
some
off.
of your things.
No, you're right. You're right.
Or not. Do whatever you want, man.
I want to not get bug infested.
I understand.
It might not be a bug. It might just be a friendly face.
Oh, it could be a friendly face.
Could be a
No, a
friendly-
face in the book is bad.
Maybe it's
No,
really nice.
It's really nice.
You don't know.
It just wants to give you a warm hug.
Okay, so in this case, it's gonna be an ob 4
Okay.
for this one.
Okay.
What was that one library bookstore where there's like a Frankenstein book?
Oh, I love the Page Master.
Yeah,
I
you're gonna
love-
be Page
that's a good-
Master.
You're gonna get Page
Oh,
Master.
I want to be a
Page
Page
Master.
Master.
New game, everyone. Page Master.
Say, okay, bye. I'm on a trip too. Okay. All right, Aura, show me your secrets.
Ah, that's a lot.
That's
That
a
is-
lot.
That's almost
Okay.
all your dice.
That was a lot of
That's like-
success.
Is this open-ended? Like, if I roll higher, it's just like, oh yeah, press here,
well,
jiggle here.
Oh, I see. So you're trying to open-end it to give you a
Yeah,
aid
open it-
for the wards?
I want to know if you, open-ended for you is the higher you get, the more knowledge you get. So I was wondering if I rolled more to get more successes, would I possibly like get to the how to ward off?
I would, but also, how many fate do you have?
I have a lot.
Oh, okay.
I don't really spend my fate.
Great. Well, then, in that case, this is informationally open-ended, yes. So currently, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 6 successes on the table.
Yeah.
With 3 6s that you could explode.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to do.
If you want to, will it cost you a fate?
Yeah,
you can blow
I'm
up
worth
those
it.
6s.
Yeah, I want to know
Wait.
about this. There's something There's a bump in the book. I don't like it.
That book is all scratched up. Oh, maybe it got scratched while it was trying to get.
Oh, is it a monster manual? Like
No, like something getting sucked in, and it's like no.
Okay, so
Oh,
that's another 3
that's
successes.
another
More successes.
Jesus.
That's so many successes. Okay, so we've got 9 successes
Yeah.
for this.
Nine successes.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you some information about this book, the aura in the book at least.
The book or the ward?
I'm going to give you a little. Now they're similar.
Oh.
So currently there is a ward.
Okay.
That is on this back portion of the book that's here.
Okay.
I'm going to give you, because you did aura reading, it is necromancy.
Oh no.
It is also, in D&D terms, abjuration, like protective stuff, protective spells and things. It is both of those things. They're kind of woven together. And there is more in the book behind the ward. Not a 4th ward. This is the last ward that's there.
Okay.
But if you get through this ward, you know that there are extra pages and things like that are being
It
protected,
could just
and that
be
is where
a
the bump came
helpful
from.
post that tells you how to read the book and teach you spells.
I'm definitely opening in this ward. Like
You
that's
are
happening.
able to get, with a roll that high, I'm even going to give you a little bit of intent, a little flavor intent. Because looking at aura reading, an ob 9 gets you just a bunch of stuff. It's very, very strong. So 6 and above, for example, you can get the presence and nature of things that are in and around. And there is definitely a presence within,
Wait, what's
within
the
the book.
nature?
There is a sense of renewed urgency.
It won't get out. Let me out.
Somebody's never been this close to opening it before.
Listen to me, breast. Let me out. I want to be action free. I can teach you so many things.
Oh, and I will also tell you that the strength of the next ward that is there is a little bit higher. So we're at an ob 5
So
for
this
this next ward.
the ward that I just looked at, or that we're
Yeah,
working.
it's going to be an ob 5.
Okay. Can I take a nap?
Yeah, you should probably. Yeah.
I think it's pretty late.
Yeah.
And then my plan tomorrow will be to, like, I don't know, set up some anti-ghost or anti-necromantic field around myself.
Caution. Psh, no
Yeah.
fun. Go sleep deprived. No words.
You have been at this now for like 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah, like I'm tired.
Your
I'm going to
butt
nap
hurts.
no matter. Yeah, my butt hurts. I've been just sitting here reading a book.
Yeah.
You gotta circulate the legs.
Yeah, so I'm going to rest, but plan on the next day breaking into this ward.
Okay.
After like taking some precautions.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great. I think that is going to be a good time to pause with you.
Oh.
Fair.
Aw.
Do we want to pop over to you, or do you want to see
I
this
want
through?
to see what
All right,
happens in
we're going to
the
see this
book.
one through.
Okay, let's
I'm
do
sorry.
it.
You
Bonza is delaying her own playtime at the table
wanna see
in order.
what's in the book.
What's in the book?
What's in
Okay.
the book?
So the next morning,
Okay.
you've gotten some rest.
That was a routine aura reading, or was it?
With that many dice, yeah, it was
Fair
definitely routine.
Yeah.
So you have unsettling dreams.
Of course.
I'll take mine back.
I guess. That's
You have
fair.
4 of them.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you have unsettling dreams. You don't think that they came from the book
Okay, good.
directly.
Oh, not
just
good.
like you've been around a weird thing for a while and you're maybe a little upset.
Fair enough.
So you do sleep. It's not the best sleep you've had in your life. Maybe it's just the excitement of having something like this to tear
Yeah,
into.
this is so...
But
Okay.
so morning arrives.
I don't have popcorn.
Your construction crew arrives.
Yep.
They're like, hey, coming on in. They
man.
start doing their stuff. Yeah, and then you, what do?
I would make like a wax. I'd get some wax, make a circle around, like where I'm standing.
Don't forget salt. Don't forget
Salt.
bricks.
Okay. Is there salty wax?
I mean, you just put salt in it.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Well, shouldn't you just use regular salt? That's cheaper than getting wax. Just get salt.
Well, because
He's got clothes made of money now, though,
oh,
no,
yeah,
that's
you're
true.
right.
I have etching, which is for wax.
for wax.
Oh, okay,
So-
yeah.
So I will be making a, let's just say, it's shaped exactly like this, but big enough that
Big
the
enough
book,
to hold the book.
yeah, and like runes of protection.
Yeah, for sure.
Chat suggested that you should have just slept with the book under your head.
Oh, what a great idea.
That would have been good.
That would
Yeah.
have been a good
I wonder what kind of like fairy that summons.
Earwig.
earwig.
Yeah.
Oh.
Earwig fairy.
Horrifying.
Earwigs are terrifying, right?
Yeah, they're the worst.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah,
So a giant wax puddle that I etched some symbols
great.
into.
you're able to, and this will come into, if I assume you're going to do the roll carefully again or take your time. or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
This is all of that.
Okay,
This is going to be
okay,
all
cool.
part of that. So
Okay.
we don't need an etching roll or anything like
Cool.
that. This is the flavor that's going to lead us to that
Solid.
roll.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
want to mitigate if something bad does happen.
For sure, for sure.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm scared even if I open it.
Aren't
like,
we all?
even if it's good. All right, so 6 for sorcery. 1 for research. 1 for astrology.
Yep.
So scared about that astrology die.
It's a scary
It
one.
hurt me. It hurt me once. Now I'll never forget.
Maybe it's just waiting for the final roll
I know.
to mess you up the most.
Let's see. What can I fork in here?
I think that's probably it. Unless you suddenly have a new wise that didn't come up before.
I have Vessel Wise, which, what would they trap in this
Actually,
book?
this counts for that because you use vessels like that's specifically for
Yeah.
enchanting and things
Yeah.
like that. I will
Oh,
give
yeah,
you I will
it's-
give you vessel wise.
Nice!
This is actually surprisingly appropriate.
What kind of book would they trap whatever this is in there?
Genie, maybe.
I guess we'll never
I mean,
know.
he did say fae, so I'm thinking now it's a
Fae.
fairy. And then doing it
I didn't say that.
What?
What? I said vessel wise.
No, I understand. But you said, what if I was sleeping on it, what kind of fairy thing would that summon?
Oh, because tooth fairies. You put a tooth under your bed, and a tooth fairy shows up and it steals it. And so, like, what kind of
That's
fairy
fair.
would show up to steal
A book?
a regular book?
Regular book, sure.
Fair enough. Okay, that makes more sense. I was just thinking now it was a little fairy trapped in the pages.
Oh, if only. It's not.
Oh, no. All right, so then
Spoilers, it's not that.
one for patient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Persona.
Ooh.
Want to spend any persona to
I
get
do.
some extra die? Right.
It turns this routine. I don't care. Like, that's
Oh, I
fine.
mean, it's up to you.
No, you're right. I want to spend a persona. I'm scared.
I mean, it's fine. You just don't let it
I'm
out.
59. I'm old. I'm in my old age.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do a thing. We're going to do a thing.
Okay.
Bryce, I just want you to just focus on me for a second.
Okay,
Just look
focus.
at, and then Bonsai, I want you to look at the TV.
Okay.
How's it going, Bryce? You
It's
having a
going
good time?
good. I'm having a good time. I erased one of my Persona die to add that.
Wonderful.
I'm hoping. Can I?
You can look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see. Hopefully, any successes or sixes.
Great.
And because if they are,
clapping
then
into
I
the
will get to open it.
So before you roll, I am supposed to say the penalty for failure, which is a
Oh,
thing
yeah.
that I always forget in this game. I feel like a lot of times penalty for failure is obvious. It is not in this case. The penalty for failure in this case will be bad.
But I don't know what it is.
I don't want to spoil anything,
Fair
but
enough.
it is a thing. There is some meat to this moment. It's gonna maybe not be swell
Go on.
if it goes the wrong way.
Meat.
That's the one. Let's see what we get. I'm so excited.
Oh, wait, there's 1-6 here.
And it's ob 5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna
Okay.
be close. Did you get it?
Got it.
Yes.
Oh,
So that
that's
means I don't have to
5.
spend a fate.
Okay, and one of them is even the warrior, kind of looking down, nudging you along nicely.
Help me out. I was really scared.
Again, my die that I gave did not help at all.
Yeah, I told Curse.
They're great for me.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay,
yeah.
so you get your 5, and so you set up your tablets. You have some candles going. You have your wax seals and everything like that, and then you spend some time with the book. You take your time doing it, and then you feel that last ward pop,
Excellent.
and
Or not.
now you're going to get to look at the screen, and then so then the moment that it. Yeah. Yeah. So the ward pops, and as it's popping, a hand comes pushing out of the pages. And then there is an arm, and it goes up to a shoulder, and then an entire person climbs out of that book.
Oh, a living one.
It is it's a ghost. I'm not done yet.
Sorry.
It's an ethereal figure that is there. It is a woman. She's middle, late age, maybe.
That was a strong woman hand right there.
And well, yeah.
There's a big hand.
Ladies
I'm
have
scared.
muscles.
They do.
Why you gotta be sexist about hands?
I'm not trying to be sexist. They're big hands. I don't think they're sexist. That's oof. So not sexist, just being crappy to Tanel. Cool. I think I'd rather take crappy to Tanel, no offense. As opposed to a whole gender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
fair.
ghosts, everyone. So there is an ethereal
Tanel
figure.
got big hands. There's nothing wrong with big hands.
Cool.
Hands are on the list now, probably.
Everything is very scary here. So the book doesn't distort as this woman crawls out of it. It just allows for her exit.
Okay.
And then there's an ethereal figure there. Her feet, classic Casper style, aren't quite like touching the ground, even though
Gotcha.
she's like looking like she's standing on it, but she's not all the way down. She goes, That was a very long time.
I'm sorry it took
Where
me so
am I?
long. You're in my workshop.
And who are you?
Who are you?
I asked you first.
There. I am Kishar Talib Mushkushu.
I do not know who that is.
Me.
Are you? You're not why. You're why I'm here now.
I believe I asked you who you were.
Yes, and I didn't answer that question.
Because you said you asked first, and now I'm asking.
I did ask you 1st,
Mhm.
and then I'm asking another question as a follow-up.
You have to ask. You have to answer my question first. That's how the
I
trade.
don't.
Is she still in like a binding circle or anything like I put down?
She is, so the binding that is here, you can tell, she is bound to the book. And so the book is in the circle.
Okay.
And so she is bound to the book, but you don't really think that your circle is keeping her here. And so she says, so you're the reason that I am out now.
Yes.
Thank you. It's very cramped inside a book.
I would assume so. Maybe you can tell me how you got in a book and who you are.
Of course. My name is Tempest Black.
Does that ring any bells for anything?
Actually, for you, potentially, I'm going to have you roll a, you have alchemy, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to have you roll alchemy. No forks, anything like that, just like a straight.
Okay.
Actually, do
History?
you have business? Do you have any business-related skills? Anything that makes you good at selling stuff?
Etiquette.
No. I think it's going to be just alchemy, just straight alchemy.
Herbalism, actually.
I'll let you fork. I'll let you fork.
Or not business.
I'll let you fork herbalism.
Okay, cool.
And it's going to be an ob 3 for this.
Okay. Let's make it happen. Alchemy.
Tempest Black. Oh, it's
3.
3.
That's 3. You did it. There is an alchemist in town, down a couple blocks from here, in fact, whose last name is Black.
Okay.
But she has been operating there longer than you have. So.
Fair enough.
Oh, it's a family.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's like Smith.
But she says, I really deeply appreciate you letting me out.
Well, thank you, Ms. Black. I'm curious, why were you bound to this book?
People get bound to things all the time. I probably did something wrong and got put in the book.
Probably. Do you remember what you did?
It was enough to get me killed, whatever it was.
Unfortunate. Well,
Perspective, I guess.
so you don't know what you did. Do you know how long you've been in this book?
No, but I've been trying to get out for a while.
I can see that. Do you know who wrote this book?
Oh, it's my journal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wonderful illuminations. The scientific notation, gorgeous.
Thank you.
Okay, well.
Turns out it worked as a rather solid anchor for me.
Which makes sense. Your personal journal would do that. Congratulations on not being trapped in a book any longer.
Thank you.
What do you have planned now?
Well, I suppose that's sort of a question for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are your plans with my book?
Well, I was going to keep it for research since I am an alchemist.
Then I suppose I'm staying here.
So that's awesome. I'm curious what I can do for you then, since you'll be...
Well, don't burn it.
All right, I'll put that on my list of #1 things. I'm wondering, would you be willing to serve as a guard?
Serve is a very strong term.
Fair enough. Would you be willing to hang out and protect your book as well as my shop?
I'll hang out and protect my book, certainly.
But if it's stolen,
Then
from
I
me,
will
you
go
with
with
it.
the book.
So
I appreciate the circle that you've placed it in. I feel like that is much more protective for yourself
yes,
than for the book or for me.
yes.
And I think as soon as I can figure out how to lift it myself, I'll be fine. But until then, I am stuck to it.
Yes. So I was planning on keeping the book here. But I could also just carry it on my persons. Ooh. Or I could bring it back to my villa. How long ago, what year is it
Oh.
to you?
That's a great question. That's another thing that Damon doesn't know. And I would normally turn around and say, Peter, what year is it? And then he would have an answer that I would then turn around and give you.
Oh, so
And
it's
so she says that it's been it's about 120 years off.
Okay, wow.
Ooh.
You've been gone, been locked in that book for a while. It is about 120 years past that.
Felt like a while.
Huh. Well, what would you like to do? I'm not one to bind spirits. That's not my thing. So.
Well, that's good. I'm spoken for. And she would reach down and tap the book, but her finger just sort of goes right through it.
Fair.
Was the thing that I can tell you is that that is where I am latched. Which I'm fine with currently. I have no problems being tethered to something of mine. I don't know what would happen should the book be damaged. I was able, obviously, to tear it up a bit.
I see
let
that.
Me out. I think this, it feels like a strong soul binding, but I feel under no compulsion to obey you in any capacity.
That's fair. And I'm not asking you to obey me, but if you would assist me, I'd assist you. You can't physically touch things, it seems.
Well, I think if you wanted, you could take the book places, and by extension, me. If you needed help in knowledges, I suppose. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything. And she just like waves her arms and it just like goes through some stuff that's like laying around, like goes through the back of your chair and things. But I have a good deal of knowledge that would hopefully prevent you from stuffing the book in some drawer again.
Can you make yourself invisible to other sight?
Am I not doing that now?
I don't know. I can see you. So.
It feels like you shouldn't be able to.
Oh. Well.
But
sure.
I honestly don't know a different way.
Call one of the contractors.
Well, you know what? Let's give it a shot. And honestly,
All right.
I would gladly keep your journal next to my journal in my satchel.
How sweet.
That way you can hang out and I could ask you questions. Maybe you could enjoy nightlife. I don't know. I host a lot of parties.
Wonderful.
There is someone down the road with the name Black.
Oh.
Would you care to see them?
I would actually.
Oh.
That's very nice.
It's no problem because I believe the establishment of a good relationship is going to be key for us.
I agree.
Now, I am curious, if the book was damaged, something might happen to you. What if the book was added to
I don't know.
or modified?
I don't know.
Okay.
In theory, at some point, there's a threshold when it is no longer my book.
Ah, that's fair.
And I don't know what would happen to me then.
Now, what if we were to try to move you to a more stable object?
Like a body?
Whoa, no. Maybe, but maybe. I was thinking something that was not made of paper and leather. Like metal, something.
Huh.
Jewelry.
Well, I'm not sure. I think it would have to be something with a great connection to me.
Like possibly something your descendant might have.
Possibly.
That might be something to investigate then. What time is it? In game.
Oh, I thought you were asking the ghost.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
Ghosts don't know.
watch.
Ghosts don't tell time.
Where's your ghost watch?
Ghost watch.
It
is, so you spent some time, this was the longer one. It's after lunch.
Okay,
At
cool,
this point.
cool.
Yes, yeah. So it's almost to closing time for some things, but yeah.
Okay, well, you know, let's take a stroll.
Gladly.
And I'll, remove the disc of wax.
She just stands there and just,
thank God.
watches. Yeah.
Okay. walk through the construction guys.
Take her book?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. So you go out there and she just like walks along behind you.
Cool.
She's dressed nicely, but like it looks like she's clearly out of fashion for the time, and her stuff looks like it was nice in life. It's a little, there's a ghost, a little ghostly now.
Okay.
But she just walks behind you like she's very tall and proper and everything like that. She has even an extra couple of inches, because she's not touching the ground. But she walks as if she needs to.
You got like an auntie now.
And then
okay with that.
you walk through and no one reacts. There's no reaction from any of the workers or anything.
Okay, and I will let the workers know, like, I'm going out. Please continue doing such a great
you even
job,
see
everyone.
her kind of like, interesting.
Perfect.
Interesting.
Thank you, everyone. Keep up the good work. I'll bring back the equivalent of donuts.
All right. And you and your new friend head down the street. I think now is actually going to be a good time for a bio break.
Bio break.
Yeah.
We're going to do a bio break, so I don't forget to do that. I've been having a lot of tea tonight.
So much tea.
So I think it's going to be a short one. We'll, be back in 5-ish minutes. And then we're going to head over to Fatima and the Bastards and see what they're up to.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back.
I love bastards.
chewing.
I'm a chewer.
Well,
You gotta masticate.
Are you good
That's
though?
the-
Are you done?
Yes, I'm a mastication
Yeah.
master.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Cool. Hey.
Anyways, hello everyone. We're back. We were gone for longer than we said we would be because we spent a lot of time having snacks.
And figuring out rules.
It was snacks.
Which are
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It was snacks.
You know what? We
Yeah,
care.
don't lie. It was
we
snacks.
care about being hydrated and moving around and feeding yourself sustenance. So
Absolutely.
Be healthy, everyone.
Be healthy.
Everyone be healthy. That's what we were doing. We were healthening it up. Anyways, we're back, everybody.
I'm drinking Red Bull.
So we are now shifting over to Bonsai, who has been incredibly patient
We're serious.
all night long. So Fatima and your bastards.
Yes.
When we had last left you, let's talk about last game.
Yeah.
You killed your cousin.
Yeah. So, no, I forgave him so he wouldn't make a mistake ever again.
Sure, but then that was a very small window of ever again for him.
Yeah.
Super brief. I mean, I like your style.
Well, okay, so how I see it, only one casualty in this skirmish.
That's true.
I came in, I cleaned up the docks. I did a parade for the village. I went to go see the construction site of what my cousin made. He badmouthed the emperor. That could have gotten out and questioned my rule.
Yeah. Listen, I have never accused you of
I
not being
gave him
tidy.
a nice, mournful, wake and party. My cousin, who I remember the name of very much.
I had it written down, but it doesn't matter anymore because he's gone now.
Yeah, very respectfully.
Yeah, and then when you were back on your ships, you had a conversation via ball of fire.
Yes.
Who was that conversation with? Refresh our memories.
Ooh, that was with Sarah's character of the
Sarah.
Elven delegation. And I was told that they're getting beat up unjustly up in the north.
Yeah, there's some nonsense happening up with the elves.
Yeah, and they're downtrodden people that have been judged for, not from what they were born, and kind of got to admit that they're their own bastards in their own way. There you go. Didn't really say those. She didn't say those words, but I heard it in my heart.
Which is all that matters. And so, so Zune facilitated that communication.
Yes.
Between you and Lenora, and now you and the bastards are heading up north to assist the elves who are being attacked in the forest there by someone whose name I can never remember, no matter how many times I write it down. It is Civitas. There it is. Civitas is he's a legata, so he has a legion of his own. And when Cordava was assassinated, all of the legions, they were all loyal to him. So they're all effectively just controlled now by whoever was commanding them at the time of his assassination. And so he has his 7th Legion, which was, for what it's worth, already up by the elves, but they were just kind of hanging out. And he had 2 Drazeldar with his army, which are the large creatures that were loyal to Cordava,
Yeah.
who bounced.
And are in the procession.
Correct, yeah. So his big heavy hitters are no longer in his army. And so the elves see an opportunity to fight back, and that's where the bastards come in. Because the one thing that they desperately need more of is troops.
Yes.
Because he's got a full legion up there, which is about 5,000 soldiers. And they have been whittled a little bit, kind of back and forth in the skirmishes with the elves already. And I know that we had talked a little bit about how many people were in the bastards.
Yes.
And so what I think we're going to do, because I agree on your ruling for how the wording in the book says, that I think we're going to do you have a D4?
Oh, yes, I do.
I'm gonna have you roll a D4. And we're gonna add 1 to it, and this is gonna be how many thousands you can pull on.
Oh. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. Should I use no, not the bouncy one, because that's not clear. I'm trying to find a clear D4 that you can see Because I have a lot of see-through D4. And that's...
I maybe have a wood one. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in the little ring there.
No, I got. Which one looks more visible, you think?
Those are both pretty orange on an orange rolling sheet.
Okay. Maybe we'll use... Good point. I have one that is teal.
Okay, let's do teal.
Yeah.
Let's do teal.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Honestly, thinking about it, it's an overhead camera, and
they're not gonna see
That's
the
why I was
top.
thinking it's going to be a little... We're going to roll it right in the middle anyways, because that's what Johnny asked us to do.
Yeah, Johnny, on the
Johnny.
spot.
We could also just get a D8 and divide it by 2.
That's
do a
weird.
D4 plus 1.
D4 plus 1. 4 plus 1, 5.
Oh, those
Okay,
are
so
pretty dice, too.
you've got close to a full legion of your own. Now these are people that you have collected
Yes,
over time.
I reformed them.
Yes, there's definitely some reformers that are in there. You know, you were able to just pick up a couple hundred more recently, having dealt with your cousin. All of those people came with you again. They had the option to join or not. I guess they all picked join. A trend among the bastards, I think. So you have a good number with you. And you'll have to station some in various places and things like that along the way just to keep the peace while you're gone. But you're bringing the bulk of this army with you. You have ships and things. You are met with very generous seas on your way up there. There's a lot of superstition for people that spend a lot of time in the ocean and things, and even though you are kind of in the shallows hugging where the coast is and whatnot, it is a more agreeable sea than any of them can remember having. It's a long trip made shorter by very generous winds and currents and whatnot. People are a little worried and weirded out a little bit by it, just superstition-wise, dictates that they must. But they're very glad for it as well, because you're going very quickly to get up there. Still, it takes you a bit of time to get up there. When you are arriving towards the shore, now remind me of the second in command for you?
Tariq?
Tariq, that's right.
Yes.
When you are getting near the shores, Tariq is able to. He sends out. Does he have any Does he have a familiar or anything like that, or is all of that still kind of secret?
Well, it's not really secret. I just have to write it all down. I don't think he has a familiar, just off case. He is, like I said, a half elf, so he probably. I don't know if he knows the area or not. But I wouldn't see him with a familiar.
Okay. What do you do for scouting?
We have scouts, don't we?
So, well, my question is from sea to land.
Oh.
What do you do? Anything, or you just pull up and then scout from there?
Yeah, I think we mostly just my infantry unit isn't really by sea. They're used to land.
That's true. Okay.
So that's why we were probably hugging close, because we're like, we're borrowing these boats to keep the Emperor's peace. As we're
borrowing from the library a boat. You bring in your boat card, you can get boats, you can check out as many boats as you can carry.
He didn't say when we had to return the boats.
The Emperor, who then is conveniently...
No, not the Emperor. The Tardis.
Oh, yes.
That's who gave me the boats.
Okay. All right. Well, you've got your ships. They are full to the brim at this point. You're definitely bringing the army to do some stuff.
Yeah.
And you find a good spot to make landfall, and you send some scouts in. They come back after 6 or 8 hours, and they report that they have found Civitas's camp for the army. It's not difficult for them to find. It's it's thousands of people that are stationed there. They think that it's probably 2/3 of his reported force are there and encamped, with 1/3 making forays into the forest, because they've been doing kind of a protracted campaign here where, and it's also difficult for them to march through the woods, which is one of the problems with having to fight elves on their home turf no matter what. is that there's all those trees in the way, and so you can't really just like march a whole bunch of people in. And elven forests, as it turns out, are notoriously difficult to burn. So that's also not really an option. So what they've been doing is they've been splitting off, as your scouts report, it looks like they're doing smaller kind of like raiding parties of 200 or 300 and doing a little skirmish like that rather than like marching the full force of the army in. But what that means is they're able to rotate their troops out and keep 2/3 of their force in reserve and fresh and all of these things. So the elves don't have this option. So they are just always being harassed and chiseled down and things like that. So it is a battle of numbers that the elves won't do well against.
Yeah.
And so that's why Lenora has asked you to come. So, so your troops start making landfall. And so I sort of thought that this would be, because we don't have Lenora here at the table as well, for both of you to kind of do this at the same time, the thought that I had was that we would do your half of things, and then when Sarah is here in a couple of weeks, we will do her half of things. And it's effectively like a pincer situation between the two forces. So we'll see what happens with your force as you get into the camp, and then her forces will be dealing with the third of the army that are among the woods and everything like that. So, so my question to you then is, how do you want to go about this as an engagement? What are your thoughts on how you would deploy troops? Or
so they're not expecting us, and I was brash with the other thing because it's my homeland and I wanted to make a big bang. This one, I have people who are sneaky and who are used to being sneaky. I'm not going to burn the forest down, but we can't really go that quiet. But we're going to go as quiet as we can to get as close as we can, then rumble. Okay,
great. So I think what this is going to be is we're going to sort of do some arbitrary rolls here. Not arbitrary, abstract. Words.
Both.
Both, yeah. We're going to do some rolls here to just sort of represent how well you are commanding your forces.
Yes.
So what skills do you have that might lean into that?
I got commanding.
Okay. Hooray! Everything's a skill.
I have this. Command is a skill. I also have oratory and administration.
Okay.
But I mean, administration is more paperwork. So
I don't think administration is going to work. I will give you oratory if you want to give a rousing speech ahead of time.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'll do a rousing. If you want me to do a rousing speech.
Yeah. If you do a rousing speech, I will give you oratory for a fork for sure.
Rouse me.
Yeah.
Rouse me. All right.
I think Tariq
does
a little thing kind of in front of your face, and it projects so everyone can hear it.
Ah, look at all you bastards here, and here we are in the ship. Well, if you guys haven't told, we have been blessed on this journey. As you can see, even the waters bless our journey here. We are here to save these poor elven folk who, in their own words, are bastards themselves.
And there's cheers.
Yeah. You know what we did? We're gonna take names, and you know what? I heard this Salazar, Cicero, I don't even know what his name, Sissy, is coming in, trying to talk up that they think they're a better company than the bastards. What do you guys think about this sissy crew?
There's booing and there's hissing. They're a little confused because they like cheering when you say the word bastards, but they really wanted to boo for the guy. So there's a little hesitation momentarily, and then they're like, yeah, we're great, and boo. So they kind of do both.
And you want to know what else? I feel like we got to keep the Emperor's peace in the Emperor's name. And we must go in there and save these elven bastards.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, I want you to give them blood. I want them to fear bastards. I want us to go ahead and get into the enemy, and then surprise! They're not even gonna know we're there. They think they can just beat up these pointy-eared folk? I don't think so.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of cheering. They really like this. There's banging on shields, and there's whooping, and all manner of stuff. Definitely get to add your oratory to that.
Yeah.
And
then persuasion as well.
yeah, I'll do. Yeah,
Persuasion.
that was a very good speech. We'll give you a fork for each of those.
Yay! And then I'm trying to think what else we could. No, intimidation wouldn't work because I'm not trying to intimidate.
Yeah.
All right, this is what I have.
Okay. And so I think the ob on this is going to be an ob 2.
Okay.
I think that they are. This is for your opening approach. So your landfall, you're moving in, everything like that. Like you're getting positioned here on the beach, and then you're sneaking up inward. I think that you are the type of commander that people really are devoted to and really dedicated to follow. So yeah, just an ob 2 for you.
Okay.
They're into it.
Let's go. That's. Ooh, really?
Oh, okay.
I only got one.
It's a lot of 3s, though.
It's a lot of threes. I can't do a persona because I already rolled.
That's okay, though. This isn't necessarily, it is sort of a pass versus fail thing, but we're doing it a little differently. So these rolls that I'm going to be having you make are going to be ones that sort of shape the outcome of your portion of things. So what this means is that the initial sneak up isn't as sneaky as we wanted it to be. So it's going to add to their pool when we're doing some
That's fair. That's fair.
counter rolls here. So basically, your people get out onto the beach, and they are very fired up from your speech, and they are too fired up. They're a little raucous, and they're forming up in their lines. They're doing all those things that they're supposed to do, but they just keep banging on shields, and they're starting to just kind of rhythmically, just all together. Yeah. This is you've seen them kind of fervored like this.
This is
before.
the intimidation, though.
You certainly, I think the bastards, in my head at least, and please correct me if this is wrong, I think that they attract a very particular type of warrior. And they are, while skilled at sneaking, sometimes they don't like sneaking.
Yes.
It's more fun for them if they can see all of the terror as they're chasing somebody down.
And then honestly, I bet Fatima would also get into it and then start doing the dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Then,
All right. Great. Okay. So
We're going to be quiet.
that's the landfall portion of things. And so now your troops advance. And the camp that you're coming up to has had the opportunity to know that you are there.
Yes.
And they have had they were already sort of at war, so it's not much of a stretch for them to, they're all in their armor, they're just wearing that all day, It's not much of a stretch for them to then also gather their arms and shields and sort of get ready for this. And so what I think we're going to do is we're going to build your army's dice pool.
Oh.
And then from there, it'll be against Savidus's army's dice pool.
Okay.
So I think that the size of the army is going to give us each 2 dice.
Okay.
We have about the same size.
2, 4. Oh, I have to get 5. 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep.
Yeah. So 2 dice for army size for each of us.
Okay.
And then what else do you have to add into your pool
Do you
that you think would fit? What skill would you like to base this attack around?
Can't do mounted. Wait, hold on. Yeah, these are skills. So skills I could use is, I can't do rose-wise, city-wise, that doesn't work.
Any combat ones that you have would also be appropriate.
Oh, I have sword.
Case. Okay.
I have sword, I have brawling, and the mounted training, armor training, and shield training as well.
Okay. So let's go ahead, and this is going to be, do you think most of the bastards have weapons, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and go with sword. What's your sword skill?
8.
Okay. Well, great. Yeah. Let's add that. I have written in my notes, and folks can you can't check this because it's my notes. I'm not. But anyways, I have written down how many I thought Savidus's army would have.
I put a lot of my points in the punching,
Yeah.
so you know.
And so he's got 7
4.
for his army. And then there's the 2 in addition.
Hold
so,
on. 6.
Woof.
Yeah, I mean, the bastards are cool.
8. Yes.
They're the future.
Okay, so you're up to 8 so far.
Yes.
And then we're going to treat this like a skill roll, so you can fork stuff if you want.
Okay. Command.
Yeah, I think command is definitely good.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you both command and oratory.
No,
on
no,
this one,
I
though.
know. And then does intimidation work?
For this roll, yes. It might not apply next, depending on how that goes.
All right, hold on. I'm running out of D6s. I'm so sorry. Okay. And then I could do probably one more, right? Because it's a one more fork. And then what about brawling?
No, because we picked sword for this one.
Oh, yeah, we picked sword. And we already did command. And then we also did intimidation. Yeah, I think that's it for
Okay,
now.
great.
Because nothing else really, they're not riding into this.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think because this is a weird sort of group roll that we're doing, it's not going to
Wait,
be...
so I get these 2d6 per unit?
Not per unit, just 2 total for the
total.
size.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What
I
about
misunderstood. I don't have astrology.
What if you unlocked astrology because you're under the warrior? Numian?
I mean,
like, that's the perfect reason to unlock it.
I mean, we are under the warrior.
we are under the warrior. That's very true. Is this a thing that you think Fatima would think to try and invoke?
No, I'll be honest. She's
Yeah.
not into this, the spiritual.
Fair enough.
Okay. So do you want to roll first or second? I'll let the attacker decide.
First.
Okay, great.
Oh, wait, yeah, this is the 1, just so some of them are
Okay.
weird. This is 1. This is the 6.
All right. And so we're just going to be comparing successes here.
Okay.
So I'll still let you, if you want to spend fate to re-roll 6s at some point, I'll let you do it once during this campaign. Not this campaign.
Okay.
This in the battle
this.
fight
I
campaign.
feel like this is a big one. Can I just also spend persona?
I'll let you add 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for that, I'll use my big old chonky chonk dice. Because that's different.
Chonky.
Ooh, yeah, that is big.
It's a big old chonk chonk. Sorry. Whoop. Chonky.
All right. You go ahead and you roll first.
I believe in you. I know. I believe in you. Wow.
So many dice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm doomed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not bad. 7. 8.
Y'all.
There you go. 8.
It's a lot. All right. 8. You got 8 successes.
8
Great.
successes.
Yeah.
Cool.
can do that.
Cool. I have 9 dice. So I could. All right. If I beat you on this. Ooh. Okay.
No. Oh, that's a. Oh, wait, no.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
4 is not going to cut it. Not at all. You doubled what I got. So, yeah. So the bastards come. Well, here. Do you want to describe this first part? How do the armies meet?
So bastards being what we are, we started a chant, so that's why they knew that we were ready. And then they're just and we get sword intimidation, and so we just come out of the brush. They're getting ready, and then we give them a little bit of time, and then I come up in front because of course I'm going to be leading the charge with my swords, and then I say, would come hell and high water, or I don't know. I just say, let's play, and I just run in
Terrifying.
with a big old smile on my sword, and we all just charge behind me, and I ran through the first person. Everybody's sticking swords and clashing.
Yeah. It goes a lot like that. The Civitas's legion is caught very off guard by the people that are coming tearing at them, screaming, banging on shields, smiling. It's mostly the smiling that's unnerving. Everyone is smiling and laughing. This first engagement where the two of you meet up does not go their way at all. It is a thing where the bastards are cutting down so many people compared to the losses that you're taking, like double successes, you know? So it really is just a nice opening slaughter to get everything started. And for the next portion of things, there's a moment where some of the people in Savidas's army try to tactically fall back to the woods. And so you are going to have a choice here to either push the assault fast to try and stop them from doing that, or to let the chunk that are trying to break away in order to focus on the ones in front of you still.
Ooh, okay. So tactically, I think we're gonna let the ones break away.
Okay.
Break away, just because they're discombobulated, and that I don't want to run into a trap. So we're gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And let them go ahead and just like break away when they can, because they might have. I don't know what they have over there.
Sure.
So I'm gonna do that, and then we're just gonna secure kind of a fort for ourselves.
Are you planning on, when you say secure that, are you planning on taking prisoners, or are you just going to wipe out the forces that are here?
No, they can be rehabilitated over time.
Okay. So
Over time. It'll happen.
So what's going to happen now is because his army is as split as it is, I'm going to be removing one of those army size die that he got.
Okay.
So they're going to be down one. And then we can still use your sword skill.
Yes.
From before. But now you're not getting the intimidation. You still get command. You can still fork in command.
Still fork in command. All right.
But then that, I think, might be it. Unless you've got a new skill to try and fork in, given the circumstances.
Oratory to intimidate the other folks that left, or no?
I don't think so. Yeah, it might just be command for the troops that you've got.
Okay, command, because administration, like I said, it is more, what's it called? It's more paperwork. Administration is more paperwork. All right. That works.
Okay. So do you want to roll for, and you get 2 dice for your army size.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I forgot about those.
You get these.
And you want to roll first again?
No, you can go first.
All right.
I was first last time.
Let's see how well Savidas's army does now. Like it'll be better?
This is a lot better.
All right. 1, 2, well, it's 5. I got 5 successes. A lot of 6s. If they had, I think one thing that you notice potentially is that the standard bearer that would be near Savidas himself is not here.
Oh.
So perhaps Savidas is not in this portion of the camp.
So he can't
So
explode.
I can't spend any fate or persona because their commander is not here to do so.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I would have been re-rolling 4 die.
Yeah.
So yes, 5 successes.
5
that
successes.
you need to beat.
All right. I believe in you.
It's terrifying.
Go. Oops, sorry.
Oh my.
That was
Oh.
no.
Okay.
That was like 4. But I have points to re-roll.
And
Yeah.
you got 2 6s.
2 6s. So if you spend a fate, you can get 2 additional die.
Yep. I'll do it.
I'll let you use your own if you want.
No. You're good. I'll keep the theme.
So 2 additional die. You need to get one to tie, and then 2 to beat.
Please. 1 to tie.
Okay.
Doesn't
You get
No, it doesn't again. Does it?
I think the sixes go again.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think so. I think that's a real thing.
Ah! See,
All right.
yeah. Sorry.
So,
you gotta put that on so people can see.
Yep.
Yeah!
And you won.
I
Yep.
won.
So you win again. Yes, you successfully shift focus away from those troops that are running off into the woods. You kind of let them tear off in that direction, and focus on maintaining the third of that legion that are here. So the remaining that are here, you at this point outnumber like 4 to 1. It's a sizable force that you've pinned down, and they're sort of, well, I think that they are particularly loyal to Civitas.
Oh.
And so I think that they are going to, at least for one more roll, keep fighting.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we'll do an additional roll. I'm going to remove that final die that he has for army size. And they are still going to keep going. It's a 7 is what he should be at.
Okay.
Yeah. You still have the 2 dice for size, and then the sword pool.
Sword pool.
And 2 for size.
And
And then
then-
I don't have anything else that I would have, I don't just...
You can fork in your command.
Oh, I can't still.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And I'll let you roll first this time
Taking turns.
to see what this. Now, I guess I should say this final third is choosing to continue to fight. Is that what what is your response to that before we roll?
Oh, if they, you know what?
They're going to keep fighting. Yeah.
applaud your loyalty. I'll let you join your future. I'll make sure your commander meets you on the other side.
Great.
You won't be alone.
Great.
You won't be alone.
Yeah.
I commend your loyalty.
Good job, everybody.
Good job.
Sticking together in death.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
there we
You
go.
got a compliment. Woo!
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Ooh, that's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
6.
6.
All right. I only
With-
have 7 of
with
my own
3 sixes.
to roll.
sixes.
But this is-
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming the standard
it's
bear's
probably not
there.
going to have it. We're going to see.
Oh, 2, 3.
Not great.
4.
4. So, you are able to that little die.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. At the end of this portion of things, there are about 150 or so that throw down arms.
Mm-hmm.
When it is very clear that things aren't going to go their way. At this point, you are going to be removing 1 size die from the bastard army.
Oh.
Yeah, because you did take losses as well.
Boo.
So there are a couple of options from here. You think that you might be able to pursue a little bit into the woods, but things start getting hairy
Yeah.
once you go in there. It could be a thing that you could also just secure the beach, secure the camp, make sure that if there happen to be any reinforcements or anything like that, like they are not entering the woods from this point.
I think though that the woods was our major. Like, let's get as much of the people as possible before, but they had time to encamp or do something.
I mean, you were able to take out more than a third of the army that was there for sure. Or I should say a third of the total force, because there were
yeah.
2/3 at the beach, and you killed more than half of what was there.
Yeah. And so they're stragglers. I don't know if they're going to have any reinforcements come up from behind us. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and weed out as many as I can
Okay.
from that.
So for that, we're going to do one final roll, and this is just going to be to see sort of gauge losses on either side, because now you're on a little more equal territory with the chaos that is trying to fight within an elven wood and not being elves.
Yes.
So there's a lot of
Well,
problems
there's
that happen.
maybe some elves in my crew.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think enough
Not
to
enough.
like
Yeah.
point everything out. So I think this is going to be. We'll do your sword plus
Okay.
the 1 die for army size,
And yep,
and then I'll still let you for
command.
command. Yep.
And then nothing else. I mean, no, not intimidation wouldn't work because I already used that earlier. You know what? Just because this is the last one, I'm going to use another persona.
Okay.
Just because I want to make sure.
And it's fun to roll that chunk.
It's very fun
Dude,
to roll
it's
that
a big chunk.
Yeah.
It'd be a nice chunk. All right, wait, you want to go
I'll
first?
go first. Yeah, I'll go first this time.
Take turns. 1,
Uh,
2, 2, 3.
3 successes. They are not having a good time in the woods, everybody.
Oh.
This is not a thing that they were necessarily prepared for. They'd been going in smaller portions, not necessarily pursued. Yeah. So you're looking to beat 4 to take the day here.
All right,
on like
dice.
your 60 dice.
We need to fertilize the soil for the Elven Nation.
Wow.
Woof.
They like to fertilize the soil for
Oh,
the Elven
man.
Nation.
Sure do. I hope elves like fertilizer.
Them trees gonna grow.
There.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my God.
1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 successes to my 4 successes. Okay, so you got as many successes as I had dice in my pool. And so how this is going to translate moving forward is the bastards are able to make some distance into the woods before things really get too cumbersome
Yes.
to continue with this force. And you're able to take out a good number of them. The stragglers that you said you're able to pick off, and a bunch of others that you find. And it really is a pretty devastating for Civitas's force as it tries to flee into the woods, perhaps to meet up with that first third there. So
Yes.
you think definitely some reinforcements are making their way inward to the forest, but like not a ton.
Not a ton.
Not a ton. He had an army earlier today, and now that's much less of an option for him. So we will see how this shakes out when it is Sarah's turn.
Sarah's
in
turn.
2 weeks when Lenora is here. But there is still more for you. So we're going to kind of fast forward a little bit. I'm gonna spoilers for some folks at home. Lenora's definitely got some warriors ready to catch as much as half of Civitas's force as it comes in. Elves have a lot of surprises that they bring to the table. And so we're going to skip to after the fight here.
Yeah.
Where from within the woods, there's you start hearing fighting come closer and a little closer, and then it just dies out entirely. And then from within the woods, there's a quiet that happens. A couple of hours pass, and then from within, there's a small cadre of figures that are coming out. They are. It's easy to tell from a distance that they are elves that are coming out. They are moving through the woods as if they are the woods.
Oh, that's fancy.
There's half a dozen soldiers that are there. They are armed and armored. It is clear that they have all seen battle. They have a lot of wounds and mess and things. They have had a time, certainly, within the woods. But there are 2 figures that are mounted that particularly catch your interest. They're at the front of this gathering. As they come closer, the thing you notice first, actually, before anything else, is that when I say that they're mounted, they are on tigers.
Oh.
They are on large, like horse-sized, like jungle cats,
Oh, like He-Man.
like battle cat stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And so there is
Are the cats armored?
no,
Oh.
they're not. They have a little bit of like a little bit of like bridle type of things and reins and whatnot, but they are like they're not armored like battle cat.
Yeah.
Because as you see, some armor, a little bit of armor. As they move through the forest, they move just as well as the elves do here, you know? So you're not going to have like full plate like you would have on like a heavy cavalry. Because they don't charge. They're climbing up trees and they're rogues. Exactly.
Rogues.
These are rogue cats. And so, but two of the figures in front are mounted on these tigers. And one of them is a male elf, and the other is a female elf. And I don't believe you've met any of these people. So they come down. The male presenting elf looks like he just got here. He's pretty clean. He's got like the slightest of little scratches on his cheek. He looks very well put together. He is particularly fancy as far as people really just in general are concerned. Like he looks like he's kind of out for a stroll. His tiger is a little soft around the edges.
Oh, it's fluffy.
Well, and also like very well fed.
Yeah.
Not like gorged themselves just recently, but just like a lazy house cat kind of look to it. And he is very smartly attired. He looks very nice. He's got armor, but he's just like not used it clearly. In contrast, the woman next to him is covered head to toe in blood.
Oh.
It looks like she cut her way through everyone to get here.
Oof.
And the two of them and their guard approach.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, they've got a little, like, they've got ornamental armors that are on them.
Got collars.
And stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not like full like horse, like war horse type of things. That looks great, Tanel.
It looks nice. Ooh.
And the two of them come up, and the woman dismounts. The man does not dismount. And she nods to you. She picks you out of everybody immediately, and nods very deeply to you.
Nod back.
And the elf on the elf still on his tiger says, "Oh, hello everyone, welcome. We've done it. Success."
Sorry, I can't hear you from up there.
Oh, should I speak louder?
Still can't hear you. I'm
You could
sorry.
come closer. You're in the presence of royalty, after all. I'm not stepping down.
Oh, clearly you haven't dismounted earlier. But yeah, I'll address her. I'll be like, hello. And who am I speaking? I'll completely ignore the one mounted.
Great. She opens her mouth to begin to speak, and he says, "That is General Lensa."
Hello. I'm still ignoring him.
She's giving you a look that says that it is not her place to speak. It's kind of like looks over her shoulder a little bit, kind of back towards him. But she does like bow to you again, and she says very quietly, she says, "Thank you for your aid today."
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that I could be of service. Yeah. Just clearly, if this guy is not going to give me attention, I am going to ignore
him. She says, "Perhaps we could retire to your camp."
Oh, yes. Here, let me go ahead and I'll position myself to lead her.
Cool. Okay. So you start to do that, and you hear kind of a bit of a fumbling behind as he is like quick to kind of turn his cat around and like follow you guys. Like he wasn't necessarily prepared to like gracefully start moving on the tiger again. He sort of had his legs kicked over to one side and like crossed up, in a very like loungy sort of pose. And General Lensa walks, and her tiger falls into line just immediately behind her. Her tiger also is just drenched in gore. Like her tiger looks sated as well. Not like well-fed at home all the time, but just like spent a bunch of time in battle eating people.
Yeah, I would just go ahead and conversation like he's not there. Because if he's not gonna dismount, I'm not gonna.
Okay, so
unless he tries to like engage, I'll be like, oh, I see we like the same type of clothing here, General.
You're just drenched in gore, both of you. Yeah, it's clear that the man behind you on the tiger still can hear you. Like he's well within range of that. But your procession makes it back towards your camp, and once you get there, he looks around a little bit from the back of his tiger, and then one of the cadre that has come with them, who is equally armed and armored and everything like that, like walks up to like kind of give him a help down. And he hops down off of his tiger.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Hello.
Yes, you did. You shouldn't lie to me.
Okay, yes, I did see you there, but I'm glad that you finally...
And you chose to be rude instead.
Yes.
Good. Shall we go inside then? I'm sure you have a tent.
Oh, yes, I have a tent set up. And then, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
I'm Prince Reese.
Oh, Prince Reese. All right, is that... Ooh, that's lower than Lenore. Okay, yeah. All right, cool.
I am younger. Also, it's a matrilineal line.
Yes. I'm not going to make assumptions.
But please, show me the way.
Oh, yeah, so yeah, I'm glad that you could join us on this show. And I'll just be like, oh, we were able to do this, and I'll chat. Now I'm a little bit... It's more like for Fatima, it's merit. And if she sees that you're not...
Yeah. Yeah, that is also how it is for Lenora. So I am sure you can understand how she and her brother get along. So Rice leads his tiger, his mount, and actually leads by the reins. And it is clear that Lensa's mount is trained.
Oh.
It's like the reins are not necessary for her mount. She's just being followed by a giant tiger,
I'll ask if she needs any accommodations. I am much nicer too.
She says, perhaps some towels, some water.
Yeah.
To splash off a bit.
Ask folks to go ahead and make a place and
And while you're walking, across like the battlefield and everything, like she is asking you technical questions about the fight. Like she's checking numbers lost and like very quickly surveys how many have been killed here and is approving of how all of that went down, stuff like that. And so she's definitely like
more businessy.
Yeah, exactly. She's more business when it comes to war than anything else. And for her, it's really like a numbers in, numbers out type of game. And so yeah, and she's still like wearing all of her armor. She has her weapons are sheathed, but she's got a lot of them on her. There's even a couple of extras that are with the tiger too. And so you get to your command tent, and the tigers wait outside, but
it's crude.
the general and
like
the prince come
like
inside.
what it is, what it is, yeah.
Where is the nicest place to sit in the tent?
It wouldn't. There's like Fatima's doesn't bring in furniture or anything like that. It's gonna be like it's equally just as kind of rustic is the best word.
Okay.
So there's like there's like a chair that's kind of center-ish, but not.
So so you walk in and Prince Reese says, "This is your tent."
Yes. I don't know if you noticed, but we just had a war.
Oh yes, I've been in a war for months.
Ah, have you?
We still have time to remember the pleasant things in life.
And then, I'm sorry. Let me shake your hand, at least, for such a rude,
Of course. And he shakes your hand.
And I feel it.
He has the hand of somebody who does not fight.
Yeah, I see. Very such.
But to be fair, I don't know how many elven hands you've shaken.
I feel like there, but it's been. I would shake the rougher sort because it would be like anyone who
Sure. That's true. So at least for being royalty, you know that he is going to be trained from birth to fight. But it is clear that, like, obviously, I mean, you picked up on it right away. He did not in this.
Yes.
You know, he does have the slightest of scratches on his cheek, but like, there's no blood. Like,
Oh, I know that must have been so tough for you to deal with that.
this is all very hard. So my sister informs me that she asked you to come, and thank you for doing so.
Oh yes, no, I'm always here to help folks who are, downtrodden and beaten for no choice, born how they were, with no choice of their own.
You know, I always enjoy winning a battle next to new friends.
Oh yes.
And he snaps his fingers, and a couple of the soldiers take off a pack, and inside he pulls out some bottles of wine, very elegant bottles, tall and twisty type of thing, and the soldier pulls out 3 glasses and hands one to the general and hands one to Prince Reese and offers you a glass. And then he says, anyone else?
Of course I have Tariq with me.
Oh, and he gets a 4th one for Tariq, who was, just stood there looking big. Tariq takes it, and he has wine all around. And he says, Prince Reese says, now, I do believe there was supposed to be an exchange of sorts.
Yes.
You need soldier resupply.
Well, I just asked that, of course, you being of free mind and free will for your people, that any elves who wanted to join, or any of your people that wanted to join my company, be free to do so.
Well, obviously, their first loyalty is always to their home, more than anything else. But I do know that you have taken some losses here. Mm-hmm. The general pipes in then and says, good losses. He says, yes. I think that we can offer from the crown as many as who would like to resupply your ships. Who could fill up, if they are willing, they can go. I cannot guarantee how long they will stay, but I don't view this as any sort of conscription.
No, that's why I said they're free to choose.
But we do live a long time, and so it may be that they serve with you for 40 or 50 years and then decide to return home.
I see. No, I do not held any of my men hostage or anything like that. They are loyal because they choose to be.
Well, good.
And speaking of our losses, I hope you don't mind as I go ahead and I raise the glass, to those who have fallen. And then I dump it to the ground. To those that have fallen, give it to the earth. You want to honor the soldiers, right?
Of course. And he pours it out. And then by the moment it's upright again, it gets refilled and he takes a drink.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Who does that? Does it?
And so everyone else pours it out as well. Like the elves that are there wait for his cue. Tariq just dumps it out. He's just like, whatever. Yes, great. But the elves wait for his cue. And from that point, General Lensa steps forward and she says, I have a gift, I suppose is the word for it, that the Queen asked me to give you. And she holds out a small little folded bit of leather. And a little package passes it over.
I'll be gracious for this one instead of the wine.
Yeah. And when you open it up, inside there is a small crystal, and there's like smoke kind of swirling inside the crystal. And as you hold it up to look at it, you could swear that there's like something flies by, like wings, like almost like a bat, but it's a very, very small. So the scale is definitely playing with you, but it kind of looks like, you know, you were looking at it maybe very far away or something like that. And Lensa says, the queen says, when you are ready to return home, you should smash this beneath your boot and you'll be taken.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so
That
fancy.
guy.
He's so fancy. But I like the lady. General is better.
Yeah.
I'm all for the general.
I believe this comes from the one who facilitated the negotiations. The queen has gone ahead at this point.
Yeah. I want to make sure everything is secure here first.
Of course.
And then that my troops are ready on their ships to go back before I leave.
I think it will be some time before another legion is here on our doorstep. But I hope that if needed, we can call on you again for that.
Of course. And I'll give her the actual arm handshake.
Yeah, she gives it back, and it's good. And
It's good.
She feels like an elf that fights a lot.
Yeah.
She's very strong. She's got really like the type of grip that you know could just wreck you without much effort. You know, there's a lot of power behind these limbs. So, yeah. And she asks if you need anything from them, any food resupply or anything like that. She's like, I can also just discuss with Tariq the needs for the journey back.
Well, I'll just be like, I know that we just both went, like, I'm mostly just addressing her the whole time. Like, I know we just got
Reese
through.
is drinking.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of, honestly, I'm just very surprised that he's letting me. I'm trying to just kind of get on his nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I just say, you know, we've both been through a lot of battle. I know you can only provide as much because you need to supply your own people.
Well, we actually have more food than we can eat currently.
Okay. Well, if it doesn't,
It has been a long fight.
if it doesn't tax you, I do not mind taking. And like I said, Tariq will help facilitate. I just want to stay at least another day or two, make sure things are good, and, you know, sure up all the jazz. But
Of course.
no, if you don't, like, do your people need any other help? Because like I said, we are here because
This is an aid that is a long time in repaying.
you know, I can see, you know, sometimes it takes women of action to do things,
It does.
and I support those values.
Good. I look forward to speaking with you again. I have wounded and dead to tend to.
Yes, and as do I.
I will send some lieutenants, and we can start working on the supplies.
All right, and then I pay her a nice farewell. and
She returns.
and
yeah.
give him the briefest.
He returns. it's the same. He strikes you as a person that thinks that those he's going to outlive by 10 or 20 times don't much bother him. Yeah. And they all exit the tent. The cats go with them. Yeah, and the next couple of days are spent doing just that. You exchange some troops, supplies are reloaded onto the ships and everything like that, and you're all like made ready to go. It's a good couple of days. There's a lot of good connections met, like soldiers meet. There's a lot of camaraderie that is happening there, and you are able to fill up a good number of
Not the full, like
not
I'm
the full amount. Yeah, not the full amount, but you are able to fill up. Let's see how well. Ooh. I'm gonna roll 2d6 just conceptually to see how many.
You love the
this isn't even really numbers. This is just like Vibes. This is just vibes.
High vibes, low vibes.
High
Okay,
vibes.
7.
Seven's
So
pretty
like
high.
right,
Mid
yeah,
vibes?
right,
Mid vibes.
mid vibes. Yeah.
Well, they
so
just got through war.
yeah.
It makes sense.
So out of like all of your losses, you're able to replenish like 30%
Yeah.
of what's there, which is a good number. You do also get you get sort of a what you take to be a younger elf, whose name I will come up with later.
Yes.
Who says he comes up and he actually is from the mounted unit
Oh, nice.
here. And he's got his tiger with him. And he says, during the fight, I'm the only one from my stripe left.
I'm sorry.
If there's room for Dapple, I'd like us to both go.
You both are welcome in our crew,
Thank you.
you know. And then I know we can't be the family you
I have
started
the
with.
tiger's name somehow.
Yeah, you have to. Can't. We might not be the family you start with, but we could be the family you stay with for a while.
I would like that.
Yeah. And
Great.
then
And
when
so he joins as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is only for one person to travel with, right?
The tiger?
No, the crystal.
Yes. It is only for you.
So unfortunately, me and Tariq are gonna probably have a long discussion. He's gonna be upset about this, but I'm gonna have to tell him it's gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, he is upset about it. He doesn't think it is particularly safe in the city for anybody to do anything ever. He's kind of overbearing, I think,
Yes.
and particularly fond of you, and does not at all want any harm to come to you. You know, so this is the type of conversation that I think the two of you have often. But I think you're able to convey to him the need of the troops
Yeah.
to sail back with someone, you know, in charge.
Well, with anything, I do want to leave the soldiers with a speech before they leave and before I
right.
go.
Do you want to do it?
Yes.
Let's hear it. Let's hear that
right.
speech.
All right, bastards. We have fertilized these fields with our enemies, and we have come back, maybe not as strong, but remember, I'm going to take like a little whiskey. For those, we need a moment. Those who are fallen, and we just, that whole bottle of whatever whiskey. Just a moment of silence. Now, what kind of bastards would we be if we're always sad about it?
And then everybody cheers.
Yeah. And just know that we are bastards through and through. And how else will we honor our fallen? Unless by keep on going.
And there's cheers.
Yes.
People are banging on stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's great. Do you break the crystal?
Yeah, once the ship goes, and then we'll just go, like, we'll start with the cheers. The bastards, and I'll be like, the bastards, and
Cool. And so for the people that are on the deck of the ship with you, from under your foot, a demon comes out, like a 10-foot situation, just like a huge demon bursts out from beneath you, wings, arms, and the wings just go like that, and you're gone.
I thought it would look different.
You're probably fine.
It'd be fine.
Yeah,
they're
you're
fine.
probably safe.
For you, it's a very cold
Experience.
journey.
Ooh.
It is like being outside in like if you put the windows in your car down in the middle of winter, like that kind of like nighttime air where you've been up for too long and you just need to keep yourself awake with this, you know, you're driving, put it down, that wind that hits. And it is not the most comfortable of ways to travel, but you are back to the city within a couple of hours. So it's not an instantaneous thing.
Yeah.
And you arrive and you are shivering and your nose is running a little bit from the cold and stuff. But you are back in Saratof. You are dropped off at your home.
Yep.
It is the middle of the night. But you are back. And you're just unceremoniously dumped on your doorstep. And then there's another, like there's an unfurling of wings that deposits you there, and then they're gone again. There's a puff of cold smoke, and they're gone.
Oof.
Yeah. So you have been returned to the city.
Yes.
There is, while you are there, we might actually save this conversation because there still needs to be
The vote.
the vote.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So the two of you are going to discuss some stuff at some point about some magic items and things. Do we want to, maybe we'll do that quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you arrive, there is a letter waiting for you from a fellow consul. Nope, you're not on the consuls. From a fellow senator.
I'm starting to sign everything. By proxy, lolfroth by proxy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So it is from Kishar.
I've had good conversations here and there. All right.
And what's the letter say? Like, come on over.
Come on over.
Later on in the month, I will be hosting a social gathering. I would appreciate you as a representative of the bastards and the work they've done to attend you have a +3 to have a cadre of your
+3.
wonderful
Expensive party.
people. I also would like you to attend me at my workshop, for I have something I've been working on for you for a while, and I would like your input.
All right.
And so timing-wise, this is now 2 days prior to the vote.
Okay.
So, because there was all that ship travel and everything, so the stuff that we did with you earlier in the night was like very close to like the assassination, honestly, because you had been kidnapped for a couple of days, and then got out and then did those things for a couple of days, and then there's been 3 weeks at this point.
Okay.
So we are as far as the Enumians are concerned, we are approaching Mother. It'll be the start of
perfect.
Mother when we vote.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'm not doing much. I'm gonna at least take a bath.
yeah, if you're able to do that, wash off the road and all the gore.
Yeah, and then next day I will go to the shop.
Okay. There is a smell that your transportation has left behind.
Oh, on me like for a while.
Like you bathe and it's not entirely gone. You think it's maybe going to need to just like air out for a day or two.
Well,
It's kind of like you were camping and there was a campfire and everything.
okay,
like
that's
that.
not that bad.
Well, I mean, lingers like a campfire. It doesn't smell like a campfire. It smells like a cold smoke demon situation.
All right. I mean, like, I'd rather get things done. If I smell bad, I smell bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's how it is.
Yeah. I will go in and be like,
Don't mind the construction. Just
I love what you're doing with the place.
unfortunately, it was raided and looted by miscreants during our recent upheaval.
I'm sorry about that.
I know it's not your fault.
Well, I mean, I mean, I can't. Sometimes I won't be able to prevent it, but I could maybe help rectify it later on.
I would love your assistance in tracking down the thieves who absconded with my goods. I do not take a kind eye to theft.
I think normally people don't take a kind eye to theft, but I see your verdict.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah. What are you wearing? Do you have those in the back? Are you?
Those have all been disconnected from the shirt. Those are all like now in like a safe.
Okay, great.
Purchased a safe.
Yeah. Yeah, it is clear from looking around that there's a bunch of like blast marks all over the interior. A bunch of stuff by this point has been replaced. He's on the final stages of a proper renovation for the place. But back in the workshop, there's a new safe that is in place, but it is sitting in effectively a little crater.
That's just a low safe.
Yeah,
Opens
it's like a conversation pit safe.
So, I have for a long while wanted to do something to show my appreciation for the Bastards Brigade.
Appreciate
It is not easy being looked at as different or lesser, and I appreciate the things that you are doing. So, on that note, I would like to make you something. I am one of the premier magical jewelers of the city. I can do anything with jewelry, but I have in mind for you something that would allow you to keep leading even when you may be out of the fight.
I'm interested.
I would like to make you a ring, or a bangle, or an earring if you would like. But I feel like a ring or bangle, something along your sword arm, would be the best. That would allow you to heal more rapidly.
I wouldn't say no to something like that, especially it gives longevity.
It should. Well, possibly not longevity.
No.
At least recuperation.
Yeah.
I would also like to speak with you on possibly a contract with the Bastards Brigade to outfit them with supplemental armor, weaponry. Obviously, enchanting and adding effects to items takes time, but it would help me rebuild, and I'm sure that the Bastards Brigade would appreciate having fine work and knowing that you care about them in such a way to provide them with the means to protect themselves from magical things.
Oh no, I this is a very, very generous offer, and you know, I'm just looking at like, is there construction workers like really, really close?
I think at this point, probably not. I think
Okay.
they've been working their way to the outside as they've gone, and so they're really up front dealing with the storefront portion of things now.
No, and I honestly believe that you want to help and outfit us, and with the brief like encounters that we've had. But I also understand that this is very, very generous, and I understand that there's
Like bribe level generous.
there's a quid pro quo. You could just be frank about it.
I don't necessarily need anything from you that I'm aware of. Unless I do know that there are some vacancies on the Council of Consuls.
There it is.
Having one of the consul members backing me up might help. Now, note that these do not have any strings attached. I would love to help the Bastards Brigade regardless. Though I do...
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh, that's
Can
cool.
you imagine being on a show hanging out? Oh my goodness!
That would be awful.
cool.
I love that.
That's
I'd
why I
be
was
out.
like, I hope my troops know that I'm not dead. I was like,
New
ooh,
ship.
New ship. All right.
Tariq was probably like, nah, she's cool. It's cool. It's fine.
Don't worry, it's fine. Just friendly demon.
fine. Yeah,
It's
regular
cool.
demon stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Keep rowing.
These items come with no strings attached. They will, of course, have to be paid for, which is why the contract.
Yeah.
I cannot manufacture gold
From nothing.
from the ether yet, but I am working on it. That being said, a friendly word among the consulars would be wonderful, but again, not expected.
No. I like this dealing. And I see, you've been downtrodden in your own life.
I have.
And, I just also, from one downtrodden person to another, there's also another group that has been downtrodden. I don't know if you've heard about the Dwarvens, from the, what is it called? The Enclave, the Outcast Dwarves.
They're in Forge Park.
In Forge Park. They're making a bid. I have a good word, you have a good word.
Are any of them members of the Lapidary Guild?
Probably not. Forge Park it's a slum.
Oh,
and
okay.
And it is widely understood to be run by like criminal elements and stuff.
Would Shane and company know anything about?
That's your fence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, would he
Yeah.
have gotten any jewels from these dwarves? Or?
Oh, no, I don't think the
Okay.
dwarves are like it's maintained within Forge Park.
Oh, okay.
So it's
okay.
not like they're necessarily like leading forays out to rob or anything like that. You know, like inside Forge Park is run by Forge Park.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, what do they do in Forge Park besides be slums?
Mostly bee slums.
Okay, cool.
You know, but it's kind of like they police their own while they're there. And there's other people than dwarves that are
Okay.
it's a whole district. This slum.
Oh,
slum
okay,
district.
okay.
Yeah.
They just
Yep.
want to seek legitimacy, and with legitimacy comes order.
And it's called Forge Park because there is centered in it forges. Like there are communal forges that anyone can
okay.
use, which is why the
Okay.
dwarves have centered their existence there.
Gotcha.
These outcast dwarves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clanless dwarves.
Agreed. The clanless do need assistance. I'm willing to do what I can, but no, my previous employer has ill will, I apologize, I misspoke, had ill will against the dwarves
Oh,
in general.
And one very heroic dwarf took care of that. The best dwarf to ever
Well,
dwarf at this table.
So, dwarf.
that's the beauty of it, because you'll be, with good word, you'll be the new one.
I would love that, but know that there may be connotations to my being involved with the dwarves. They may see me as an agent of my previous masters. Such a disgusting word.
Well,
Employer, benefactor.
benefactor.
Yes.
Yes.
Benefactor. My previous benefactor. I'm completely willing to do what I can to help those in the
Forge
Park.
Forge
Yes,
Park.
Forge Park. I am completely willing to help those downtrodden souls.
All right.
But I would have to do it through a proxy so that they don't look at any gifts I can help them with suspicion.
No, totally understandable. And like I said, and because now I see us more as friends and,
Of
offer a
course.
shake.
Yes.
I can help you with tracking down these, your objects.
Oh, thank you. It's
Kishar's got non-fighting hands.
Oh no, it's yeah.
definitely non-fighting.
No.
It is not as much the objects as much as the people. I would like to show them my appreciation for testing my defenses.
Oh, you want to give them your own forgiveness.
I do. When you say forgiveness,
And then I just kind of go around and there's this little pebble or whatever rubble. And I just go, forgiveness.
yes, I would love to forgive them and truly forgive them in a way that they will never forget.
Rehabilitation is always good.
I would love to help them be rehabilitated.
Cool.
If you could help me find them, that would be of great assistance. If you could, as a member of the consuls, speak with whoever may listen or hopefully have a say in the decision. I believe that the Masters of Finance, the Consul of Finance and the Consul of, what was it? Lawfroth was a magical defense, magical infrastructure, magical...
Laufroth's title?
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Whatever it was. I'm gonna beat around the bush. Magical administration,
Yeah.
You
We
know,
don't have to
Here's
say
where I
what it was.
supply the exact right answer.
Yes. Thank you for
Thank you.
explaining that.
It's like I have it here.
Yeah, it's like Oh yeah, there's a list.
Yeah. Where are you at, Lawfroth? You are the Grand Vizier.
Yeah.
So you know the.
Mind probe people.
No, we would never do that. That is not our.
Oh no. That's what they do.
No,
No,
Froth. That was a
no.
different department.
Oh, wrong
Their
department.
activities and laws related to the supernatural. So you know, just
Yeah.
as what you do so wonderfully, but with magic. And I would love to be the magic police. Because truly magic should be in everyone's hands who is capable. And I would love to start an aggressive academy that would recruit and teach those with the skill.
Oh, for more public safety.
Yes. I believe
Sounds terrible.
having, can you imagine? A mage in every brigade. A bastard's mage brigade. Imagine the good that could be done.
I like your thinking.
I'm here to protect and serve.
Thank you.
Well, this has gone great. Probably nothing at all will come of that is bad.
Magic cups.
Magic.
Peter goes away for 1 week. And he comes back to Magic Cops, the musical.
I love it. I love it.
Fantastic. That's going to be something that is explored in the future.
Yay!
Yay!
So, what we have to handle now
Oh, yeah.
is the upcoming Senate vote for who the new emperor will be. So this is a thing that would have been discussed already just among the populace. Everyone is curious as what that's going to be like, you know, and all these things. Everyone who is on the Senate gets a vote for this, and there's, I think, almost 300 senators. So it's a broad voting pool, but the senators have been called in from across Chaldea to vote. And so that's why they had given them that 3-week window to like everybody, you know, get in, do all your stuff. And so I believe the vote is going to be a public thing.
Oh, no.
And so it'll be not in front of the populace or anything like that, but
we're gonna have to show our votes.
folks are gonna have to show votes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do some vote showing.
Cool.
So let's talk very briefly about the people who are running for emperor. Running is not the correct term. There are people that, through machinations, have put their names forward into the ears and minds of people who are going to be voting. So there is a number of people to choose from.
Excellent.
There are 5 main contenders. It's a write-in situation, so really you could vote for anybody, I suppose. But part of making it public like this is to ensure you don't throw away your vote.
Fair.
So also, it's stated that it is done publicly to ensure that no one is receiving any undue influence as they vote. But what that also means, that is absolutely a two-sided coin, where it means that you might be receiving too much influence at the time of your vote, and be feeling forced to vote a certain way as everyone is doing this. But things will take place probably at the palace. I assume this was a thing that would have happened near the throne room, but the throne room is in shambles. So there is assuredly an outside administrative building where, or even in the council chambers, perhaps, senators will be coming through, placing their votes after. There's an opportunity for the candidates to be present if they want, for whatever that happens to mean. And so the main people who the rumor mill thinks are in contention for this is the first is Cordava's daughter. But she is not in the city and has not really presented herself. And so there are some who think that the vote is being called currently because she's not here. But she's on the list.
Suspicious.
There's also King Cyprian, who is he is an outside king who is not from this nation, You may remember him at home as the one that Ray made cry a few weeks ago.
Do we know anything about his alliances or?
He has been, I mean, probably not, actually. Yeah, unless you have some kind of like court-wise or something like that.
No.
He brings a lot of money to the table. He brings a lot of land to the table. And part of the worry that some people have is that after a vote like this, schisms could form, people could break away, things like that. If there is a candidate for breaking away, should things not go their way, it might be King Cyprian. He's got a lot of land, and that means he has a lot of farms and soldiers and stuff like that. Like he could subsist on his own. So there is a worry that might happen if he does not. He certainly has the ruling experience to be emperor, for sure. Next is Tiomir. Tiomir, as the current head of the Council of Consuls, has been acting emperor effectively this entire time. You know, it was Tiomir that people came to when immediately after the emperor's assassination, and you know he has been handling the administrative duties of day-to-day rule while this has been going on. Tiomir is also very old, and has been very old for a long time. He's one of those where you're like, well, how old could he actually be? And then you're like, well, he was old when I started here, kind of thing. He's an ancient man. Next up is Kar. Kar is a demigod of Set who has shown up in the city post-assassination of Cordava and effectively moved into the church. He is a demigod of Set, and so obviously he's allowed to do that. Like the church is fine with him being there, everything like that. And he definitely has the religious backing that Cordava had when Cordava was on the throne. And so there's something to be said for Kar being a place of comfort for a lot of the populace, being a religious-backed person. And then finally, this is a thing in particular that Kishar notices when you go in to place your vote, is that Iltani is here in the city. And Iltani is a demigoddess, one that when she took over, she's a demigoddess of battle and fertility. And when she took over Acadia, where Kishar is from, she'd killed the ruling class when she moved in. Just wiped him out and declared the place hers. She is here. She is, as a fertility goddess, she is often nude, but has instead chosen for her battle regalia. And so even though it is palace grounds and it is in administrative buildings and things like that, she is head to toe in armor and carries a giant spear. Yeah, so those are our 5 candidates that we're dealing with. So I guess we can just, if there are any questions, we can maybe answer those, and then we can see how each of you are going to vote. And then in the next game in 2 weeks, we will do the same thing with those players there. So we're not going to get to reveal who the next emperor is in this game. I'm very sorry.
Next.
Yeah.
The next
Okay.
We'll see how those votes hand out. There's a bunch of shenanigans that people are still doing.
His view, the main person who's
Tiomir?
Tiomir. What's his view on dwarves? It's just like no.
For him, it is a non-starter. He thinks it is not an emperor, or an empire, I should say, matter.
Problem. Yeah.
It is a city issue.
Okay.
He's not for it or against it, one way or the other. But you ask a question and he gives a very like milquetoast politician answer, very very neutral type of thing. Yeah.
What is Acadia's military like compared to the Empire?
That is a good question. I don't fully know the answer to that, but I do know that Arcadia is currently ruled by a demigoddess of battle, so probably pretty good.
Which is, and she came dressed for war.
She did come dressed for war.
So it really feels like a threat?
And for what it is worth, Cordava's legions, as we talked about a little bit earlier tonight, are just sort of scattered. They don't have a central figure to rule them, which might make Iltani a good choice. It would be quite the army with all of the legions brought back.
And we don't have the Drazzledar anymore to like
They're not the
fend off
Drazzle-
the
right.
Acadian battle maiden army.
Right.
And we don't know much about Carr because he just showed up.
He just showed up.
He's the things that you have heard from rumored, like not you because you've been off battling, but like for you certainly, he's new to the city.
Okay.
He is, it's you don't know a lot about him beyond him being a demigod of Set, which is a thing that would start rumors immediately upon his arrival. He has also been in a couple of there's some new Set artifacts that have been paraded around by the church, and he's been seen with them. So he's taking that kind of glory as he goes around for gathering artifacts into the city. So there's religious and magical strong.
As a demigod, what kind of aspects of Set does he try to
Emulate.
Yeah.
He's not particularly pious.
Okay. He's not particularly pious, but like if let's say Set's all about killing snakes and he's also like, I hate snakes.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything in the city.
And we don't know anything about anywhere else.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't know how old Tiamir is, but he's really
He's human.
old.
He's human.
He's human, but we also have magic that keeps us young.
Yeah. Well, it's just like longevity over.
And I mean, he looks old. He's
looks-
not spry or anything like that. It's not, it's not a Paul Rudd situation. Like he's,
Man.
Oh.
That
If only.
unaging vampire, right?
yeah.
Since I just realized that, what's his face? The demon. I'm really bad with names. Lawfroth.
That's the dragon.
Oh no. What is the one who did the?
That was a demon given to you by Zune.
Oh.
Zune is on the Council of Consuls, and he is a demonologist.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, he didn't discuss anything with me.
No.
No, about mode. Okay. No, that's all.
Nope. Yeah. He did not get it. Oh, but no, I guess she didn't get a chance to either.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out, everyone, that Zune, the demonologist, is the Imperial Consul of Public Health.
Yeah, he is who all of the probe folks were answering to. Because it is Zune's daughter who was in charge of that.
Okay.
And then King Cyprian.
He's another
just
human.
Old king dude from.
Yep. It's just another, that the angle that he brings in is he has experience ruling. He knows, how nations do, and then his kingdom has food and armies and stuff like that. And he could come in and shore up the infrastructure that is sort of crumbling with lack of a ruler.
What are Tiamir and King Cyprian's views on magic?
I mean, can you be more it exists?
How do they feel about using magic for bunches of things, and who controls said magic now that there may be not a dragon on the console?
Well, Tiamir is currently in charge of the Council of Consuls. And there is a... he has always run the council as the consuls are necessary. Each of the consuls are necessary. So regardless of his personal opinions towards anything, you get the vibe that there is a vacancy, and that would probably bother him.
Gotcha.
Yeah. As far as the king, who knows? They've got magicians. He's a neighboring situation.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I've asked all my questions.
I guess it would be like, would Fatima have heard about the goddesses dealings?
Iltani's?
The Iltanis.
I mean, probably. That's maybe a question for you. I don't think it was a secret.
I don't think it was a secret. I think the fact that she showed up and killed every noble, every ruling family.
Yeah, it was a
And we just,
takeover. Like it was a violent takeover, for sure.
So that's like a potential that we might be.
She showed up dressed for war. She didn't show up to spread love and joy in her fertility ways.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think like, Okay. That's all I needed to.
Okay, great. So, I think who does, you enter the council, basically the senators, you've got like 2 days to do all this voting, you know.
Okay.
They're going to be pausing for lunch and you have to sign in and prove who you are and all of these things. There's bureaucracies that happen, so it's going to take a while to get 300 people to vote.
Paperwork.
Yeah.
But by the time it comes up to you to go in, we're going through, we go through the Council of Consuls, and there's a spot for you to stand, and you will write down your vote, and then you will say who you are, and then you will tell everyone who you voted for, and you drop it in a box.
Okay. So I have to do it in front of the Council of Consuls?
Yes.
Okay.
And the candidates are not in the room. They are outside the room as you walk in.
That's fine.
Yeah. Teomir actually is probably somewhere else. He's got administrative stuff going on. But he is the only one who is on the council who is in the running, really. And so he is not there, but all of the other council members are there.
Okay.
And they probably all did their voting first,
Yeah.
actually, so they could then remain seating. Which means we should start with you.
I'm for practicality. She was
Okay.
kind of split between the goddess and then Teomir. But since Teomir has been filling that spot, and potentially he won't be occupying that spot for too long, Teomir.
Okay. So over to you. I'm gonna write that down. Okay. And then other council members come in, they sit down, they vote. And then senators start going through. And you've been in line for maybe 4 hours. It's a slow process. And then it is your time. And while you are going through the hall on your way in, now you look Akkadian?
I don't know.
I assume, I don't know what sort of.
I can't remember. When I did research, please, Peter, Steve, in chat, tell us.
So,
I want to say they're like Babylonian
okay.
area.
So I don't necessarily think there's any like outstanding
don't
distinguishing
think so.
features that would mark you as Akkadian
But I do stand out.
as a magician.
I am
Yeah.
jewelry, earrings,
Yeah.
bright colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you recall, Eltani did visit me in a dream.
Oh yeah, she knows what you look like.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I am going to try to avoid Eltani.
We're gonna see.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna roll again. These are just vibe dice. This is all I do as a storyteller
Higher or
ever.
good or
I don't know because they're vibe dice. I'm gonna roll and then just decide
Okay.
what I think.
See what that vibe is.
Yeah,
vibe.
usually I go higher tends to be in favor of the player,
Oh, nice. Good to know.
but not always.
As per my instinct, when I enter this line, I am doing aura reading, just checking everyone's personal vibe.
Yeah,
I want to
cool.
figure out like where they're leaning.
Are
getting a
you
sense
are
of
you
that.
aura checking Iltani?
No.
All right. A 6. So
right in the middle.
right in the middle. It's too difficult for you to like look her way. So yeah, so you don't notice if she's noticing you or not.
Cool.
Yeah. She doesn't come up to you or talk to you or anything like that. But because you're just like, hello, everyone over on this side and nobody on that side. Obviously,
Interesting.
yes. So there's no way for you to really look over there.
Totally fine.
So,
Don't want to.
but she doesn't bother you.
Perfect. The vibe of everyone. Is there anyone?
Yeah.
Like,
So just for aura checks all around, there's definitely a feel of excitement.
Okay.
Like, to my knowledge, please correct me if I'm wrong there in chat. Cordova wasn't elected.
no.
No.
Like,
No, I don't believe
he
he was.
placed on there after a lot of violent takeovers, you know? So this is the most democratic feeling the senators have ever, you know, really done. There's a lot of voting for day-to-day life stuff and things, but this is big. Like voting for emperor is huge, you know? And the fact that they get to vote for it rather than have it given to them, regardless of their thoughts and feelings about Cordova or Set or any of the candidates, anything like that, like just being involved in a democratic process, they feel kind of pumped.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
And so you make your way in.
And I can't remember, do I have to tell them why?
No.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you can, it is one of the reasons it's taking so long is it is an opportunity for speaking if you wish. So some of the senators are wordy.
Oh.
Guess who's wordy? It's this guy.
Do it.
So, I, Kishar Talib Mushkushu, will be casting my vote for someone who I believe can make effective change. Someone I believe that can help us through this time and help us weather the storms to come. Wait, I should be looking at a camera. I believe that the person who can lead us to a new future, a future where we're not led by Cordova, rest his soul, Set. I believe that that person is someone who's been with us all along. I believe that Tiamir, who has already helped us through these times and is even now helping the bureaucracy and the things that we don't want to do go forward. I would love to do the things he's doing, but I know that it's not my skill set. My skill set lies in helping those with magical needs. And I believe that Tiamir, as well as the rest of you, know that. I stand before you today
Senators, man.
to speak not only on behalf of Tiamir, but what he can do for all of us. Recently, there have been too many deaths on the console, and I believe that I can step in to help them help you. Forge Park
Here.
needs assistance, and Tiamir is the one who can help that. Is it Fatima?
Yeah, Fatima.
Fatima is the one who can help that. Isn't there a civic planning one too? Yes, there is. The civic planning console can help that.
Insert name.
Insert name, because it's one of us, I believe.
Yeah. That's Ray? No.
You mean Ray's character, Danica?
Maybe.
Because she's doing money stuff.
She's doing money stuff. There's public safety, which is you. I'm gonna
Insert name, because we can't
insert
remember.
name. Galena can draw the maps, connecting us to each other to a brighter future with Tiamir and our new consuls, whom I hope you will name soon. Remember me.
Oh, yeah.
And about this time, you're effectively played off. Like the next senator has come up behind you and he's like, excuse me, it's my turn to cast
We
my
won't
vote."
go back, everyone. Let's go.
No one is going back. You're
No, I'm going
forward,
forward.
and out.
As should
walk
all
around
of you.
the ring and go, please. And now it is my turn to cast my vote.
God, I hate you, Senator, from place that I'm not going to say.
And as you're leaving, you can hear him doing the same thing you were doing.
know.
Just
Oh.
like starting over, basically.
Whoever the next person in line is, I'm going to tell them as I leave. By the way, the consul would like people to move a little forward, and that guy has been taking a long time. So you may want to just
You will be
Go
the
in
consul
there.
of throwing people under the bus.
Yes, yes, I will be.
Well, we did it.
Yeah,
did it.
We voted.
We voted, everyone. Voting is very important.
Super important,
Do
everyone.
we get a sticker for voting?
Oh yeah, honestly, that is something you
I
usually
mean, I
get.
think I have to give stickers for voting.
For voting, that's what I usually
Usually
get.
Peter hands these out, but he's not here.
Yeah.
And usually it's for something awesome,
So I am
like
his-
voting.
Like
Voting is
voting.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my voting sticker on my water bottle.
I promise you this isn't like paid
that's
for by
fair.
Big Voter
Yeah, 'cause
or anything, but
it's not.
What was it? Rock the vote. Rock the vote, everyone.
You should
Okay.
vote, by the way.
yeah, you
Should I put it
absolutely-
with this,
In
or is
real
this like a
life.
special vote? I'm gonna put it on the side.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on the side because it's a asterisk star.
What we have left to do then, it was the thing that I always forget, which
Oh,
is
hey,
which
don't
is
forget.
handing out. Yeah, I got it this time. Which is we're gonna do Arda. We're gonna hand out
Okay,
how that
okay.
works. So there's a big list of things in the book for how Arda works, and I'm gonna skip all of that.
Sounds
and
good,
Instead, I'm
sounds
gonna
good.
take a page out of Sarah Mora's book. And the way that she does on her show, the moments of gratitude. So we're going to be doing that.
Okay.
And so,
I've been to
I mean, really, there's only two of you. So I wonder who each of you will give a moment of gratitude to. Let's figure this out. We're going to start with Bonsai.
All right. Well, honestly, can I just split it between the two of you? Because
I'll take one.
Yeah.
I'll take, because here's my understanding. The buildup of the book reveal and rolling all those dice, it was a collab between you two to hype it up that I even delayed my round.
That was pretty
be
good.
like,
That was good.
That was pretty
Show
good.
me what's in the book.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah. So
So-
you get a persona for that.
Cool.
Book.
Yeah.
Persona.
Persona.
Or half a persona.
No.
You could. We'll round
We'll
up.
round up? Okay,
Yeah.
Round
cool.
up.
That's how you print money, folks.
Inflation! I would like to give mine to both of you
Yeah.
for how you treated the prince. Prince Reese, right?
Reese. Yes.
Okay, good. Because you said Rice one time, and I was
Oh.
like, man, I'm going to be
Whoops.
really upset if his name is Rice, and I just have to look over every time. Like,
Yeah, it's
Not me.
RHYS, but it's
Yeah.
pronounced Reese.
so Reese.
Reese.
So, look, how you dealt with him, just ignoring, because that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That is so in character for somebody who has been trodden on. Just be like, you're not even going to get off your horse to talk to me.
Tiger.
Your horse cat.
Horse cat.
Your cat horse, who probably doesn't even have a good name, like Dapple. It's probably like Golden Fang, the murderous something. Really pretentious name, but does nothing.
Dapple is the shortened version. It's Duke Precious Prince Linger Exotic.
That's exactly it. How did you know?
But I thought Dapple was the guy who joined you. The
No,
cat-
Dapple is the tiger.
yeah, the tiger. who
Dapple is
joined
the tiger of the guy who joined
you. Yeah.
you.
Oh, no, wait. Who? Oh, okay.
Prince
well,
Reese probably has a really pretentious name. Like
I thought that
flowing
was
mane,
the tiger. I got, okay. my
crouching
bad.
tiger, fierce dragon, something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Like,
just thought it was Dapple, and so I was like, I gotta act. It's an acronym.
that's fair.
Sorry. My bad.
And then the other half to you for portraying Reese in such a way that I wanted to hit you.
Oh, yay,
Like
great.
I was like, God, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know this guy, but
sucks.
man, I hate him. And I thought I was gonna hate him before, but now I really hate him.
Got him to dump out some very nice wine.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it took
that
a
was
bit.
great.
It took a bit, but he did. He did. You
did.
got him to waste some wine. Yeah.
Yeah, screw that guy.
All right. Well,
So you get a persona.
Yeah, I get
And you
it.
get a
Great.
persona.
Thank
You
you.
get two persona.
two personas.
All the personas.
All right. Well, I think that's everything.
I think we get fate for acting on our beliefs.
Oh, there's all the belief stuff. I was ready
Yeah.
to wrap it up, but there's more.
We're almost done.
Almost.
So yes, let's go through your beliefs, and we will see if you acted on them, you get a fate, and if you close them out, you get a persona. Maybe that's the other way around.
I think it's you got it right because I have way more fate than I had persona.
Okay, yeah. So if you pursued one of your beliefs, did you get any?
I pursued, I think, all of them except for matchmaking Galena.
Okay.
So the Bastards Brigade is the future, and I support them.
That's one.
This one.
I am doing my darndest to get on the Council of Consuls.
You did
by having
give an obnoxious speech.
You did.
obnoxious, and I called out all my friends on the council.
Yeah,
like,
you
come on,
did.
guys.
That's good.
And then I guess vengeance of those who've wronged me. I talked to you about finding the thieves, but not really enough, I don't think, to get.
It was a brief mention. I don't know that.
I don't think it's enough.
But the two for sure.
Next time they're gonna lose fingers.
Yeah. And I don't think you closed any out.
I did not close any out.
Okay, so
two
Yep.
fates.
How about you?
I think honestly, just one with the person's birth should not determine their course.
Oh yeah, I think that's definitely
Yeah,
good.
that was one.
That played heavily.
Yeah, I did. That was good. What were the other ones?
Well, conspiracy with my brother.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
not touch that.
Yeah.
Rightful lord of my realm. No, that was last
that's
session.
fair.
And then just responsible for the people is the extra one. But
Yeah, I think the one. I
Just
think
the
you're right
one.
on that. Yeah.
just the one.
Okay.
What about your beliefs, Damon?
I have so many of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just I hit all of them.
Nice.
So I got 400 fate.
Yeah, you got 4. You know what else is a belief? I think your belief is that y'all should get your flu shots and other stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
vote.
And vote.
Vote's important.
Yeah, voting
Yeah.
is important. It is good. But I think that is maybe finally everything for tonight's game. Thank you both for joining me here at the table. I really had a fantastic time running you through this. It was a lot of fun, genuinely. More fun than my notes thought it was going to be. So I appreciate you both just rolling with whatever weird stuff I threw at you. That was really
Magic
great.
Cops.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm so stoked.
Magic Cops,
Magic
everyone.
Cops.
One on
And
each
then
group.
let's see. In a week, you'll at least be back here.
Yeah,
at
we're
this,
doing,
at this table with Mike Boozer.
Yeah.
For the Nearly Departed, and then in 2 weeks, I will be back here with a different group with all of the rest of the players. We will be here, and we will do Burning Wheel again. I think we'll have Peter with us then, so he can correct me in all of the stuff that I got wrong tonight.
Oh, we're gonna lose so many skill
And
points.
so many skill
So
points.
many
Sorry,
points.
everyone. Should have been on this table then. That's where all the XP comes from. We'll finish up the voting, and then we'll see who the next emperor is, which is pretty exciting.
Gotta be Cameron, right?
And I think until then, everyone at home should probably play some Forged in the Dark. That's a game that I haven't played in a while. That's a good one. And so, yeah, until next time, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
I died last.